Welcome to another episode of ArtCo Drone Solutions, number 71. Great show today. We're going to talk about, I finally flew FPV. I flew my little tiny Hot 2 drone, and it was a blast. And learning how to fly, and I'll talk about some of the interesting things that happened while flying the drone, and just waiting for a few people to jump in on the live stream. I see Mitch is in the chat, and hopefully he'll be on soon. I sent him a link. Steve Mack, hello. Glenn Thunderbird 6, welcome to the show all the way from down under and all the way from Oklahoma. Tom Tentoes, welcome. All right, so we've got a good group coming in. Yeah, we had some rain here. A small little thunderstorm came through here, and it really cooled us off quite a bit today. So it was a nice relief. Went and had some Thai food for dinner. Ordered some from the Thai house. It's almost transparent. Anyway, I got the golden chicken, which was really good. I'll probably have some more for lunch tomorrow. Hey, Jim from Above and Beyond Drones. Hopefully he will be in quickly. And then later on, we will have trivia for some almond toffee. Ed from Love My Drones was last week's winner. Actually, Mitch was the winner, but he donated it to Ed. So Ed opened up his package on Mitch's show Thursday night, just before Ken Heron's show, and just loved it. So AZ Drone Dude, David, welcome to the show. Another winner, also enjoyed the toffee. So we got a good group so far tonight. And, Agent K, Adrian, Mateo Drones. Adrian is here. Welcome. Welcome to the show. And Bob Casey, welcome to the show. So, Adrian, stick around. Maybe you'll win some almond toffee. This week's trivia is going to be rock and roll. So, and we're going back to the late 60s. So, we're going way back. And that's all you'll get until we do the trivia game. So sit back and relax, and I'll tell you a little bit about my my FPV experience. And thanks to Mitch, old guy in a drone, helped me get set up my little tiny Hawk 2. Jody's here. Oh, great. Drone shots. Welcome to the show. Joe Blaylock, welcome to the show. So Mitch helped me get the drone hooked up to my FR Sky receiver, and works great. So a couple of days ago, I took it out, flew it around my apartment, just had a blast. Tim Jackson, welcome to the show. I find that flying FPV is actually easier to fly. It's kind of like driving a car. You just gotta learn how to drive the show, or drive the drone around, and fly the drone around. Actually, JS Enterprise, welcome to the show. Steve Carpenter. Drone Shot said Ken Heron. Is he here? All right, that's awesome. Jump in. Got the drone out, started flying around, crashed a bunch of times, but that's a great little drone to practice with. It's practically indestructible, although I did lose a propeller. One of the props flew off, and I was able to pop it back on and get flying again. Hey, let's welcome Steve Carpenter.
Hello there, Art. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. There we go. And I've got some new merch here. This is off of my Teespring, which is on my channel page. So if you want to buy t-shirts, coffee mugs, I think I have stickers and maybe a mouse pad. Jaybird is here. Rick Halbert, Tim Jackson, the Four-Eyed Canine, welcome to the show. Cool. Michael Blade, welcome to the show.
Bunch of people calling in. Kelly to send us all over here.
No,
which I knew you were going live anyways. I had the link up and ready to go. And he goes, please make sure to go. So I dropped the link in right there towards the very end on the chat. And he make sure to go. I promised him I wasn't going to go over, but he goes, oh, I'm over.
Yeah, I was on his show last night, and
yeah.
It was a lot of fun, and thank you, Steve Mack, for posting my Teespring. Rick Halbert actually bought one of my shirts a while back, so thank you very much, Rick, for getting one of my shirts. So I got a couple shirts. This is mine, and I got another one which I will give away in the future, and. So
very cool.
Yeah, it's one of my older designs from back when my channel was fairly new.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try
that one you're wearing there.
Yeah.
What
I'd like to do is if I get with Bill from Coast to Coast Drones and take that intro that he made for me and make a JPEG that I get used to put on t-shirts and mugs and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I know, because I'm looking to have a logo made up, and I found a place to do it. And one thing they will do is, of course, the more you ask for, obviously, you're going to pay more for it. But with transparencies and high resolution JPEGs for being able to do like you have there for your shirt, your silk screening.
Right.
Because they have to have a really high resolution image if you want it to come out good. Otherwise, they come out terrible.
Right. Ray Kelly, welcome to the show. Hey, I wanted to post this link. This is my tip jar. If you'd like to support my channel, throw a few bucks in. This is my link to my that's the wrong one. Darn.
No, you gave the link to the stream.
Ah, dang it. So
delete that one.
Oh, where did it go? Oh no.
Let me see if I can knock it off. I don't think I can.
No, it says okay, well, nope, can't. Nope.
I can block you.
Yeah, well. Anyway.
Just go on the link and just set remove.
Okay.
The 3 dots there on the right.
Yeah, it says put user in timeout and block user. That's all it says.
What?
Oh, I could do that from my stream though. How about I do that?
You got to go you got to go on to the YouTube stream.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right. Ooh, I got 27 people in. That's a good crowd.
Yeah.
I think that's 7 people in. That's a good crowd.
Yeah. Like I said, I dropped that link, and hopefully you'll get a few over from Kelly's show.
Oh, there we go. Steve Mack put it up for me now. Okay, StreamYards. And okay. I removed
There
that.
you go.
There we go. Duh.
Yeah, you gotta have both of them open. Like when I'm doing it and I'm moderating, I have the live stream on one and then the YouTube stream on the chat on the other.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Steve Mack, for putting up my tip jar. So yeah, I've been flying around with my little tiny Hawk 2, and yeah, it was interesting. I've got an aquarium that I found in the trash, and I kind of put it away. It's up against a wall, and well, the drone flew in there. It crash landed in there, but it crashed upright. So what I did is I disarmed it, armed it, and I flew it out of the aquarium, which is kind of cool. I just kind of inched it up until I got to the top, and then put the right stick forward, and it flew right out. So that was kind of cool. And
Ken says Ken Heron wants to see you play the grand piano behind you. Oh, I take it you got my reply then, Agent K. Good.
And then we got Mike B, aka the Drone Ranger. Welcome to the show. And oh, it's great. Ken Heron's in. That's awesome. I sent a link out to a fellow YouTuber who she does travel videos, and she also incorporates drone videos into some of her videos. And she just recently did a Zoom on her channel, and had people from all over the world on, and I watched the video that she put out about it, and I told her about my channel, and I just sent her a link a little while ago, and hopefully she'll come on. She's got over 500K on her channel, so that would be nice if she would come in. But if she comes in, that'd be awesome. But I gave her the invite, told her about it, and she said, interesting. So she did respond back a couple times, and so that was kind of cool. So getting back to flying the little tiny Hawk, sometimes it would get under a chair or under the TV, and I learned how to kind of move it along the ground and get it back up and flying around. But it does need a little trimming to where it'll stay centered, because I notice when I take off, it likes to drift to the right. So what I'll do is next time I play around with it, I will trim a little bit to the left, and hopefully it'll stay center. When I give it the throttle up, it'll just go up rather than up, and then kind of go. But yeah, I'm getting excited, and when I get good enough to fly around the apartment, I'll take it outside, and I'll take it out to a park where there's a lot of room, so I don't land on the roof like that one time.
Yeah, no kidding. No more of those.
Yeah. Ken, he wants a joke. Oh, we got to bring Mitch on in his palatial home there. So
Where are you at there, Mitch?
I'm in the ballroom of the Neuschwanstein Castle in Germany tonight.
okay.
Well, gee whiz, thank you for stopping in.
What do you think? You like? I mean,
Wow.
just a little something. You know, I decorated for the day.
It looks like you're ready to have a big ballroom dance in there.
Yeah, well, Art's got such a big crowd here tonight that figure we
got
have some room.
Is here. Alpha Jim, welcome to the show. Michael Wright. And then I just saw Chris C. Welcome to the show.
Wow.
Boy, we're getting a lot of new
I'll
people.
tell you, Art. Yeah, I guess when a link pops up at Kelly Shore's show, you're gonna get a crowd.
So Ken wants to hear a joke. Okay, I'll give him a joke. When I was down at SpinUp last fall, I ran into an old friend of mine who is from Texas, and he's deaf. And I said, "Hey, Dave, how's it going?" And he said, "Arr." That southern accent kills me every time.
Alexa, tell me a joke.
I tried to do some sign language with him, but he said I mumbled.
Yeah. It was that going over the same fingers back and forth. Is that the part of the mumbling?
Yeah.
Just getting my screen all laid out here, Art.
There you go.
Now I got the chat up, and I
Great.
see my name popped up in the chat a lot there. Thank you guys. How you all doing? Heck yeah. Man, what a crowd! What a crowd!
And I wanted to thank you very much for getting me set up with the Tiny Hawk. I'm having a blast. And
well, you're welcome. You're welcome, Art. And Sunday night, tomorrow night on the workshop.
Yep.
I'm going to show you all how to do that throttle mod, where you can use the knob on your radio to turn the throttle down.
Okay.
So you're not, so it makes it easier to fly in the house. So we'll walk you through that and get you set up. That'll make it a lot easier for you.
Hey, Ken, I wanted to let you know I'm when I do the FPV, I am using the thumb through the thing. I'm pinching is what I'm doing, and I find that I do have better control. And thanks to the lanyard, it really helps out because then I have the controller just at the right height to where I could pinch those, and when I give the throttle, I just give it a little bit because that's enough to get her off the ground. You give it too much, it's on the ceiling.
I don't know about gracefully, but yeah.
Boom. Ron Levesque.
You just got to keep doing it, Art. You just got to keep practicing.
Yep.
I just have one question to ask you. How much money have you set aside in order to do all the re-taping and painting of your ceiling when you're flying along that Tiny Hawk, when you're grinding it into the ceiling all this time?
Well, it's taking out a lot of the popcorn out.
Yeah.
Well, that's one way of taking a popcorn ceiling off, just fly it back and forth.
Well, it'd be a lot faster with the 5-inch.
You would take off the drywall with the 5-inch.
Yeah, my
You'd have rafters by the time you were done.
Yeah.
Well, then you could have that rough textured look to the drywall.
Yeah, with the swirls in it. People pay money to have them put the swirls in the ceiling.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah.
Is that swirls or squirrels?
Swirls. Oh man.
No, I'm just waiting to watch Art fly it through the grand piano. That's what I'm waiting for.
There you go.
I want to see it. I want to see it go right over your right shoulder. I want to see it come flying right behind you and go underneath and hit right there at that opening where the leg is between the sheet music panel there. I want to see it go in and flip back up and come back.
Yeah, don't hold your breath.
Wow. Oh,
I won't.
wow. Cool.
Oh, got 31 people in here, Art. That's a new record.
Yeah, I think that's
Wow,
right.
congratulations. Here, let me give you a little round of applause for you there. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So how's the weather down there in Florida, Mitch?
Sucks. It absolutely sucks. It has been nothing but rain, overcast and rain until that tropical storm thing gets out of the Gulf and gets up north. We're on the worst side of it. I haven't been able to fly in a week outside because of this stupid weather. And if it clears up for a short period of time, everything is puddles. So I don't want to. You go out there and you got to squish around, and you don't want to land a drone into puddles. So, been flying in the house. I've been flying probably half a dozen packs a day, just bombing around the house inside.
Well, I know we had rain here this morning, and that's when I leaned over here. All this sun rays are coming through the wood shutter, so I'm going, man, we may have sunrise sign here for a sunset flight.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be good.
Well, we just had some rain about an hour ago here, and it rained pretty hard when I went out to get my dinner at the Thai house.
Yeah, they got a transparent menu. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I like that.
That's very cool.
Green screens do neat
fun things.
Neat things. Yeah, I have a green coffee cup here. You can see through it.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
So I didn't get a chance to fly outside. I'm on vacation all next week, and I don't go back to work until the following, the Tuesday. I think it's the 17th or 18th of June. So I've got a little bit longer vacation this week. So,
good. Good for you.
Gonna do some fishing and drone flying, and just cranking out a lot of content. I've been slacking for a long time, and I gotta start cranking out some more content and build up the watch hours, and maybe with this show tonight, maybe I get up over 3K tonight, maybe.
Yeah, with all the people watching. Tim Jackson asks an interesting question. He says he's on the cliff about buying a Mavic Air 2 or a Mavic 2 Zoom. Any thoughts? And Rick Halbert chimed in with the Mavic 2 Zoom. And I not having had a Mavic Air 2, but having watched a lot of reviews, both the positive and the negative side, and having owned the Zoom for a couple of years, I would say that the Mavic 2 Zoom prices are probably lower now, and I would go if you get a deal on one. I think I would go that way.
Yeah.
It's a great drone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Air 2 is nice too, Rick. Spot on. It is. I've only had a couple of flights because the weather's been so bad, and the Zoom. That's one of the things that people I know go back on, Mitch, that you were talking about. The difference between the Pro and the Zoom, because the Zoom is the exact same sensor that I have on my original Mavic Pro, except it has a zoom capability. So where you go to the Pro, then you're getting the better sensor, obviously, plus all the adjustments that you can make with aperture and other settings on the drone versus the Zoom. But that's one thing for me with flights and wanting to get far away shots. Having a zoom would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
And the camera on it is tremendous for all intents and purposes. The quality of the video you're gonna get out of it is certainly going to be good enough for anything that we need. Maybe not Hollywood, but I know I've done a few jobs where I've taken both. I have a Pro and a Zoom, and I took them both. And if you concentrate a lot on stills, the bigger sensor in the Pro will give you probably sharper stills. But with videos, it's hard to really tell the difference. The Pro does a lot better in low light, but I'm sure the Zoom does just as well as the Mavic Air 2 in low light. So the Zoom is a stable platform. That Mavic 2 is a great flying drone. The range is good on it. I don't know. It's hard to say. Get them both. What the hell? Just when you get divorced, just try to keep those alimony payments small, and you'll be okay.
There you go. Now I've got the regular Mavic Air, and I love it. Everybody complains about the noise, but for me, being a person who has hearing loss, it's kind of a plus, because when I hear that noise, I know it's somewhere close by, and I don't have to worry about where is that little bastard. Yeah.
Well,
the Zoom is quiet. I'm sure the Mavic Air 2 is very quiet as well.
The Mavic Air 2 is incredibly quiet compared to either one of the other drones.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is really quiet.
Hey, we got another person in. Let's welcome Kelly Shore.
Oh.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Hey, thanks for bringing your posse over here to my show, Kelly. Thank you for
thing. Good to see you guys.
How you doing, Kelly?
Steve, I saw you were watching the SpinDown. Thanks for being in there for a bit.
Sure, no problem. I was in there for most of it. I just missed the very beginning part of it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure I got my audio.
Good. You sound
good. Well, hold on. I'm going to switch over to my headset. Does that sound better?
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's good. That sounds good.
Cool. Well, how's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. Hey, Geeks Finest here. Sean, thank you for coming. Great. This is one of my new merch that I have on my channel. I
like it.
Spring. Yeah, this is my old logo. So if you want to buy one, I think Steve Mack has the link. You can put that up, and also the link to my tip jar. If you would like to support my channel, you can.
Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get over to the chat so I can see everybody in the chat. 1 second. So thank you for being on last night, Art. I appreciate your patience as I tried to navigate through all the ons and offs. I mean, it's.
Yeah, there you go.
I think sometimes when especially when I'm trying to do stuff during the show, I get flustered, and it's really hard to you know what I mean? It's like you're there and everybody's watching, and then all of a sudden you're just like, so it was but it worked out okay.
You need to hire a producer. You need a producer.
Well, I normally have I have a kid that works for me who's awesome. He just couldn't do it last night, so he's usually in there, but man, you guys are in some fancy setups there too. Goodness.
Well, I only did this because Art's house is so fancy that I had to outdo him.
Right.
Got the library back there.
Yeah, the library, the wine cellar.
Well,
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting. You know how Ken has that picture of himself that's on his homepage. I'm thinking about putting that on the mantle.
Like a portrait of yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A portrait of-
I think you should be smoking a pipe
Yeah.
in the picture.
I just moved to the library here. I moved to the library for you guys. So, give you a little change of scene.
It's nice that you can do that so quickly. You just push a button, right?
Yeah.
So wait, did I see something about Steve being on a houseboat? What?
No, I wasn't on a houseboat. I had a boat. It's now past tense.
Oh, what happened to your
called,
boat?
It took on water and started to sink, and it didn't sink, so there was no, hazardous problems. But come to find out, where the one main stringer runs in the engine compartment, water was bubbling up through the bottom of the hull. So now I have a nice check.
Did you sell it?
Yeah, and that's the second happiest day in a boat owner's life.
Right. They say a boat is a hole in the water that you throw money into, right?
Right. That's right.
BOAT means bring on another 1,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law used to own an antique boat, and it was beautiful. It was made in the 40s, and she would every summer she would just spend so much time, like go in and it was wood. It was made of wood, so she'd have to go in and polish it and veneer it and patch it and we might take it out. Like she might take it out 3 times or 4 times all summer, and then spend. But she finally sold it and got a jet ski. So good for her.
Fiberglass is a lot easier to take care of than it is all the bright work on a boat.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, living here, like we're so close to the harbor, because from my front doorstep to the entrance to the harbor is 1.1 miles.
Nice.
So,
I've seen some of your drone shots, so I can tell you were close to the water.
So, and growing up around here, it's always been really, really nice. And we're going to be in the process of, they're going to do a whole revitalization to the whole harbor, but we'll see if I bite the bullet and go back into it in a while, but I'm going to wait for a while.
Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I was just kind of glancing at the chat, and I saw somebody said something about a boat, and I thought I saw a houseboat, so I was like, what?
Yeah. We're chatting back and forth. He wants to get a houseboat.
That would be quite a lifestyle.
Because now you can get the ones with the catamaran houseboats, which are very stable. They're very fast, and especially being down in Florida where he's at, you get across the shallows down there, you don't have a much problem with draft, and you can get around real easy.
Is a catamaran, you mean like pontoons kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever heard of a sport pontoon? That was a new term I learned just recently. Like pontoons that go really fast.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, if you see some of these competition sailing, they're sailing at points around the world, but otherwise in regular race course circuits, it's unbelievable because now you've got these massive. They're a catamaran, but it's a yacht. Yeah. They're huge. They're completely out of the water, and they're running on fins, dolphin fins in the water. And these things are screaming across the water at 50 knots.
Yep.
Wow.
They have that hydrofoil underneath that helps bring them up out of the water a little bit, and that's where they get the speed.
Yeah.
Have you seen those water skiers with the hydrofoil? And they get like 3 feet.
Oh yeah, and they can be sitting down. They can be like sitting on that thing. It's I don't know, that and those boots that launch you up, that thrust you up into the air. I don't think I would try either of those.
Yep.
Oh, the jet suit. You don't want to try the jet pack?
No. I think that maybe 20 years ago, but not today. I don't have enough life insurance.
I'm with you.
Hey, Kelly, that SG that was behind you last night, was that yours?
Yes, that is my SG. Thank you for noticing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have that was an Ovation. The acoustic guitar was an Ovation, and the
Right.
SG was my punk rock 3 chords. Lots of distortion guitar. So actually, it's funny. I had put that together, that set for a client, and it didn't have drones on it originally. It had different stuff on the shelves, but we've been doing live streaming for company meetings for one of our clients, so that's what that was for.
Cool, cool, cool. And I saw your photo of your that agile guitar that you had. Those.
Oh yeah. That's funny. I sold that. I sold that probably 5 years ago. That was an awesome guitar. It looked just like a Les Paul, but
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
But
I had one, but mine was the orange red sunburst. Yours was the blue sunburst, which was
yep.
pretty
That's
cool.
right.
Yep.
I actually sold that to a pretty well-known musician here in Austin.
Cool.
And his name is Herman the German, and he's a German guy, and he plays
I
kind of
Italian.
Thank you, Art. He plays like surf music, like he kind of does this surf guitar
Right.
thing. And he told me the reason he was buying it is because he has big hands. He's a big guy, and he has big hands, and it like the Agile. It's a heavy guitar. It's a really heavy guitar.
It is. Those Les Pauls are pretty heavy too.
Yeah, I've never owned a Les Paul. That's hashtag goals for me.
Yeah.
God, I'm old enough to remember Les Paul
Oh yeah.
and Mary Ford. Les Paul and Mary Ford.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's going back to the late.
That's going way
40s,
back,
late
yeah.
50s, yeah.
50s
Yep.
and 60s, yeah.
Yep. Now, if you want a Les Paul, but you don't want to spend the Les Paul money, get an Epiphone. Because
Yeah, well, and the Agile, I was real happy with how that played. I mean, I think that guitar was, when I bought it new, like $400 or something, in a
Yeah.
equivalent Les Paul. But yes, that was I'm psyched that you noticed I had an SG back there, because
Mhm.
that is my favorite guitar. It's super
Yeah.
light, sounds great.
Yep. I'm a guitar nut. I like to say I'm a wannabe, rock musician, but because of my hands, I've got limited dexterity, and I've got a couple guitars here. I've got what was it? Oh, an Ibanez RG series. It's a Strat style, and it's got a floating tremolo on it. It's nice. It's got a really nice low action on it. And then I have a Fender Mini Squire, which
Nice.
is kind of cool.
Yeah,
Those
I had a Fender Squire, I think in high school, college. Those are nice guitars. I mean, they were, good price, and the Mini's just a smaller one.
Yep. Mhm.
Nice.
Yep.
I see
It's-
Brandon.
I have a question, Kelly.
Yes.
When you said about the guitar being gold, how much are you talking about when you're saying that guitar is like gold?
You mean the SG?
Yeah.
You mean how much did it cost?
No. The other one, the other model we mentioned.
Oh, the Les Paul.
Yeah.
I think a Les Paul would start. What do you think, Art? About $1,500?
Oh,
$2,000?
more like 2,500 for the real top end one
Yeah.
with the flame maple top and the top of the line pickups and tuners. That's from their A line.
Mhm.
Those will be the most expensive, and then they've got a B line, which is a little bit cheaper, and anything below that, they slap a Epiphone label on it. It's just a little bit different headstock. Their wood grading is not quite as good as Les Gibson Les Paul.
Well, so Art, I am curious on that Squire Mini. Is it a full fret? Is it like a full fretboard, or is it fewer?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's just a small version of a Stratocaster.
Yeah, Bob Casey says, "Break out the Fender, Art, and play us."
Yeah.
Play us. You know, it's funny actually. Both. So those are my. No, you know what? I have a Yamaha. It's upstairs, but my other guitars are at my office. Man, I was so tired last night. I left all that stuff. I have to go pick it all up, like clean it all up tomorrow. But hey, I noticed you have my first FPV flight here in the title here. Let's hear about it. Or did you already talk about it? Did I miss that?
I already did, but I could go back to it. Mitch helped me set up my tiny hawk.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, you and I talked about that. So yeah, right. It's not intuitive in. I mean, you pretty much have to learn how to do it in Betaflight, but then once you know how, it's pretty easy to duplicate your setup and use it on different drones, which is nice.
That's right.
Yeah, we had to have them go in on the QX7 and create the model.
Yep.
Go in the mixer, set up the different aux switches, and we did all that.
Well, hey, so I actually have a question for you, Mitch. Maybe you could answer for me regarding setup, because I set up my Tiny Hawk, the Tiny Hawk Freestyle, and for some reason when I think it's in acro mode, I can't get it to. It won't flip over in acro mode. Like I can't get it to flip. It'll flip in horizon mode. It won't flip in angle mode, of course. But any idea? Like
well, when you set up the mode switch, the mode switches.
Right.
When you set up the mode switches, you have a switch for acro. You have excuse me. You have a switch for angle. You have one for horizon, but there's none for acro.
Which is the third position. So I have a three-way switch. I'm using an XT Lite. And so when I'm in acro, like it's the third position on that switch.
Right, but chances are in your modes tab on Betaflight, you have the yellow. You know how you move the yellow area around?
Yep.
Well, you may have that extended out so wide that in one of your settings, either horizon or angle, it's actually covering all the way to the area where the third position of the switch would be.
Basically, I'm not getting acro.
No, you're probably still in either angle or horizon.
Okay, so, that's why it won't flip when I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
I'll check that out. Yeah, I mean it's definitely, there's a lot to Betaflight. Like I just learned the dump command, and I don't know if you're familiar with that on the command line.
Yeah.
But what it helped me with was being able to look at it. It basically shows you what all of your command line things are. So if you want to change something, I just found the thing I wanted to change, which was my name on screen. Like I couldn't figure out how to change my name on screen, so I just found where that was in the dump command and then typed it in and changed my name on screen. Art, do you have an FPV freestyle or racing name yet?
No, I don't.
Mitch, do you have one?
No, I'm old guy. Everywhere I go, I'm just old guy.
Not in this crowd, really, but.
Well, I'm older than all of you. Come on now.
No.
Oh God, Kelly. Yes, I am. You're a baby. You're my son's age, for God's sakes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm 73, Kelly. I'm 73.
Wow. Okay. Well, you're doing something right. I guess clean living pays off, doesn't it?
I don't know about that, but
no, I was gonna guess late 50s maybe. But.
No, well, thank you, but that's why I have the handle old guy in a drone. In fact, I'm looking for an FPV pilot that's older than me, and I haven't found one yet. And Bruce Simpson.
Yeah.
Somebody said he's older than me, but it turns out he's only 67, so he's just a pup.
He's a pup.
Yeah.
That'll be me next month.
Yeah. Well, you're a pup too.
I know.
You're turning 67, Steve?
Yep.
Nice. Well, congrats. You know,
Yeah.
I said this to Nurk earlier because Nurk was lamenting turning 29. And I was like, look, dude, you know, you're basically on. I would say not even on the lowest end of the spectrum with our group, right? I mean, I think we have some folks that are teenagers. Trying to remember that kid's name from Michigan who came to SpinUp last year. Who was he's an awesome drone creator, like a really nice kid, blonde kid. You guys remember who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I remember who you're talking about, but I'm drawing a blank on the name.
I am too, but you know, he's 15, I think, and I mean, yeah. So you know, we got a good range here.
Yeah,
But, you know, if we had started flying, I've been flying RC for 50 plus years, Kelly. So drones were a natural extension of that for me, and I fly helicopters and all that stuff. So. But it was still challenging at my age to get used to flying the FPV stuff in the goggles.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. And I'll say the first few times I flew FPV, I felt a little nauseous, but I've gotten over that. Like for some reason, I don't feel it doesn't make me nauseous anymore. For the first few times I did it though, I was just kind of like, ugh.
Oh, I know.
Well, Kelly,
when we were over at SpinUp, Jerry Caverly brought goggles for me to try out. You know, fit for over glasses, and then he took off and went flying. So they're connected to the goggles, and I was standing there, right there behind the dugout. Thank goodness, right when Ken came flying through and smashed the fence.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that was kind of scary for a moment. Yeah.
But I sat there and I'm going.
Oh yeah, and you know,
I had to hold on to the fence.
Your mouth kind of opens like this. Like when I'm flying, I start doing this number and like this, my head, like you're kind of turning with the motion. You have to remind yourself, and that's the thing. These guys that do this on TV, right? The DRL pilots, you know, you never see them doing that. They got their mouths shut, their heads are straight. You know, that's the difference between a pro and us.
Yeah, you get used to it. Kelly, I was going to invite you on Sunday night. I have a 2-hour live stream starting at 8 o'clock Eastern
8 p.m.
time.
Yeah, let's do it.
And it's called the FPV workshop.
Okay.
And that's where, for example, Art came in last week and we set up his drone. And I'm pretty, I don't want to blow my own horn, but I'm pretty sharp on most aspects of beta flight now. And anybody that wants to come in and ask a question, we'll go in, we'll go into beta flight, show you all that stuff right there in the live stream.
I would love that. I can set up because I have so many questions. I don't even really understand what PIDs are. I've changed rates, and I don't really know what I'm doing with changing rates.
Yeah,
and
I can explain all of that to you. And in fact, if somebody sends me your email address, I'll send you a StreamYard link to the stream tomorrow night. You can come in.
Kelly Kelly at readysetdrone.com.
Okay. All
Kelly
right.
at readysetdrone.com.
I'll put you on my list, send you a link, and if you want to come into the panel and we can address anything. And I'm trying to build that. I'm trying to build that show up as kind of like a beginner version of what Joshua Bardwell does.
Yeah,
because,
yeah,
and I'm nowhere in that league. But on the other hand, with 600 people watching his stream, you can't get your questions answered most of the time.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I like what Bardwell does, but you know he's definitely working on a level way higher than I would be for sure. And you're right. There's so many people watching. It's like you don't get because I've gone on there before and I definitely learned a lot from watching his videos overall.
It's tremendous.
But as far as like like actually getting down into the nitty gritty. He wouldn't be the guy to do that with, I don't think. Right. So
yeah, and for example, the question you asked me, we'll find out why it's happening very easily tomorrow night. Basically, we get you in, you go into beta flight. I'll go into beta flight. You can share your screen with me, show me what you got. I'll tell you what's set wrong. And
that would be awesome. What do you have a monkey back there?
Yeah, that's my pet. That's my pet monkey. His name is Spank.
I just noticed him back there. Hi, Spank.
He's a orangutan.
That'd be Spank the monkey.
He's very calm. He's very calm.
He is. He's a howler monkey, and He's become kind of my trademark. In fact, I didn't have him in there when I first started, and a couple of the guys in the chat says, "Hey, Mitch, where's the monkey?" So
I just noticed him back there, and wow, you guys have some serious. Steve, I like what you've done with your green screen back there.
You like that?
I like the. Yeah, it's just the real. Yeah, that's really first class.
Here's
my wife.
Here's
my
what
wife,
I'm working with. Here's what I've got here, Kelly.
I see you have. I see you have your. Yep, I see you have your picture. Your sign from Mr. Graphic.
Jim Wallace.
Mr.
Yeah,
Jim
hold on.
Wallace.
Yeah.
Show you guys
That's how you know you've arrived in the drone world. And
Let me show you my Jim Wallace.
There it is.
All right.
Not trying to flex or anything there, but
no. Listen, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, right next to the button there. Yeah. Check
Right
out
next to your million subscriber button or whatever it is.
well, you know what's funny? That thing sat in a box for almost a year, and my wife was like, "When are you gonna hang that up?" And so I finally did. So now I got to show it off a little bit. Hey,
well,
guys,
Well, it's about time, is all I can say.
I'm Mitch. I will join you tomorrow night. Just email me, Kelly at Ready Set Drone, and remind me.
Is it just KELLY or EY?
Yes. I often tell people I with a little heart over it, but not really.
Kelly
it's just why.
Ready Set Drones.
Yeah, and
with an S. Ready Set Drones.
Drone, just Ready Set Drone with no S.
Drone.com.
Uh,
Okay.
Yep, that's the one.
You're on my list. You'll get an invite.
And then, unless anybody else has a question, I actually did not eat lunch today and have not eaten dinner, and I'm actually quite famished. So I'm going to go get some food,
Yeah,
and then
yes,
I'll come back.
my
I'll
friend.
come back and watch. But Art, thank you for bringing me on. Steve, always good to see you.
Good to see you, Kelly.
Mitch, I will join you. I will join
That'd be
you
great.
tomorrow night.
Look forward to it. Look forward to
Okay,
it.
guys.
Take care.
Thank you. Take
Take
care.
care, Kelly.
Bye. Boy, you meet the nicest people in Art's place, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Kelly is a wonderful guy. And
Yes.
Yeah, I
when
really
you meet
wanted to
him
get to
and
spin up.
Yeah, when you meet him and you meet him in person, the first year for the first spin up, I mean, came in the door and just, shake, grab a hold, and just welcomed you into the group because coming from the West Coast like I was, he was getting together with the presenters, and he invited myself and Chris Hope to meet up with them at a special gathering the night before, and it was just like, you walked in and you knew the guy before from seeing him on the show, and it's like 10 years later, and you just pick up where you left off. He's a wonderful guy.
Hey, I want to say hello to a few people who just jumped in. Paul, Drone Bum, welcome
Paulie.
to the show, and a few other people that jumped in. Greg, Oz by Drone, Sean Dietz Bana, I said El Smeghead, Chris, Mihop, just Mihop is in the chat.
Oh,
Welcome, guys.
hey.
We got a good group right now. Boy, that's awesome. And well,
Oh, Paul, that's what happens when you can finally get in after being locked down for almost 3 months in California. You can go get a haircut now.
Oh, really?
hey, Carlos is here.
Carlos. Hey.
Guy.
And when Drone Bum comes in, the appropriate way is to go, "How you doing?
How
There you
you,
go.
How you doing?
how you
Forget
doing?
about it. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it." We got Dumb Tube, Joe Blaylock in here. Man, what a crowd.
Yeah,
What a crowd.
we got a good crowd.
Jim
Jump-
Above and Beyond
Most
Drones is
definitely.
here.
Yep.
Yeah, he's been here for a little while.
Yeah, he has. Ron Lockwood couldn't make it. He's on his way to Minneapolis taking a patient.
Yeah.
There.
Wow.
So,
Man, he puts on the miles, doesn't he, Ron? Holy mackerel.
It's nice getting chauffeured around in a nice twin engine fixed
Yeah,
wing
yeah,
or
yeah,
multi-million
helicopter,
dollar rotary.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, sometimes he comes down to Denver when he's shipping patients down to Children's Hospital here. So, yeah, one day he said, "Hey, I'm in Denver," and I was at work, and I said, "Hey, maybe we could meet after I get off work here." And he goes, I'll be flying back."
Yeah. I think the best one was, though, what was it, 2 weeks ago, because the Sunrise crew that goes up for Saturdays and Sundays, he sent out on the Facebook group post across there, and he says, "Good morning from 19,000 feet above St. Paul," and he's got this video, and he's broadcasting live at 19,000 feet. I'm going, I want to find out what equipment they got in that jet to make it that good.
Oh, man.
Well, if things work out, I will be heading to the Philippines in February.
Oh, very cool.
That's nice. That's good.
Yeah. I'm hoping I get this flight where I fly directly from Denver to Tokyo, then Tokyo to Manila. But coming back might be a long flight, because I think coming back I'll go to Guam, and then Guam to Hawaii, and then Hawaii to Denver. Either to Denver or to LA and then Denver. So depends on how it goes. But tickets are really reasonable right now.
You think? I would guess. I saw on some YouTube or some news somewhere about a airline flight that had one passenger on it.
Oh boy.
One.
You're kidding.
One. And they welcomed. They started off showing the gate, where he was sitting in the gate, and the woman picked up the microphone and said, "Will the passenger who's ready for boarding? We're ready for boarding for the passenger that's." And they showed him getting on the plane, and he stuck his head in the cockpit, and he said to the pilot, "Thanks for flying me." And the pilot says, "No problem." And they went back and they set him down in first class. And and they showed the whole plane was empty behind him. The entire
Is this on YouTube?
I don't remember. I saw it today somewhere on some.
Can you forward that to me, Mitch?
If I'll have to look at my history and find it. It was funny as hell.
One of the best. We had a flight like that, but not like that. Was one we were flying. We were flying a 747 from Los Angeles to Dallas. And the connecting flight was coming in from San Francisco. Well, that flight was coming in from Japan. It was a booked flight. The flight got delayed coming in from Japan, so they pushed us off. So here we are on a 747 with 67 people on board.
Wow.
And the flight crew, for 2/3 of the flight crew, it was their initial flight after going through all of their flight attendant, training and everything.
Oh, they were new.
They were like tripping over themselves trying to help you out. What can we do? What can we do? And I'm sitting there going,
man,
I can really enjoy flying like this everywhere I go.
I had a flight like that 30, 40 years ago, coming back from Hawaii. It was way back in the 80s or 90s, and it was a 747, and I don't think there was 60 or 80 people on it. And
wow.
I was back in coach, and what we did was the entire center sections, I had like 5 seats wide.
Right.
We would, everybody in there just lowered all the armrests, and everybody took a whole section and slept on it. Sideways across 5 seats. It was great.
Wow. Awesome. Yeah.
It's going to be a while before people are flying anymore. I'll board a jet.
Paulie says back in the dinosaur days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the days where, like Flintstones, we had to pedal, push our cars with our feet. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. And then I was looking at local flights in the Philippines because I have to go down to Mindanao, which is the southernmost island in the country. And the flights were like, one-way flights were like under $70.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh, awesome. Yeah. So I got to figure out what my itinerary is going to be because I got my girlfriend down there, and then I have my goddaughter lives on the same island, but she's on the east end of the island, down on the southeast end. And she lives in Davao City, which is the city where the president of the Philippines is from. He was once the mayor of Davao City, which was like the Detroit of the Philippines, with high crime rate. He turned that city around and really cleaned it up. And now it's a nice, safe city. People are going there to visit and not have to worry about all that crap that was going on. So
cool. What happened to the volcano? Did that settle down?
Volcano has quieted down. There's been a little bit of rumbling just recently, but nothing serious. You know, it quieted down quite a bit. But
well, it wasn't as bad as it could have been then, was it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was actually worse than the one that was back in the 70s when the last time it erupted. But it just spewed ash all over the place. And
yeah, I saw the videos. Greg had some pretty horrendous looking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's going to Yellowstone. It's moving over. All the rumbling and earthquakes and everything that are going on over there, it's shaking up a whole bunch.
Yep. That's the one you really have to worry about once that goes. That's, oh boy. Hello, global winter, you know.
Oh boy. Yeah.
That's
what we need. We need another worldwide catastrophe.
Yeah,
right now.
there you go. Okay.
We just don't have enough going on.
Yeah, we had Taal volcano, pandemic, riots. Oh,
riots. Yeah.
There we go. Yep.
And you know, it's really funny how that all this social distancing and wearing a mask and most of it, now the masks are on because they don't want to be seen by the television camera, so they can't be traced back for the damage and arrested. But it's like, what happened? Now you don't want to say anything. Now we have a mayor in LA who has the city shut down till August 31st. He's out there hand in hand with the protesters.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Kumbaya.
Yeah.
I just hope this stuff comes back to bite them all.
Yeah.
People wake up and have a little common sense, and they're certainly not hiding it anymore. They're not hiding the agendas anymore. They're throwing them out there for the world to see.
Hey, I want to say hello to DeMarco, FSU grad 03. Welcome to the show. I see him all the time over at Coast to Coast Drones, at Drone Therapy, and Bill's show. Thank you for coming. Great. And
I just got a dinner invitation from my son for tomorrow night.
Let's put up my.
Certainly.
Here, I want to put my link to my tip jar up. Go click on that. And okay, here is the link to my tip jar. If you would like to throw a couple bucks in the tip jar and support this channel, you know, with your contribution, I make this show better. I mean, look at this great apartment that I have. Look at that. Fireplace, grand piano.
Somebody in the stream, Art, basically earlier, I forget who it was, said said that you were in his basically in his apartment.
Yeah, yeah, it was El Snakehead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I got that same background.
Yeah. I dare anybody to find this background.
So, do you have any Kenneth Roberts books back then? Do you know?
I'd go look, but I'd probably bump into the green screen first before I got to the books. You know what I
Do
mean?
you know who Kenneth Roberts is?
No. Who's Kenneth Roberts?
Oh God, he was a pretty famous writer back in the probably the 40s and 50s. He wrote Arendelle and Northwest
You're
Passage.
assuming that I'm a well-read individual, Art,
Northwest Passage. Remember that movie?
yeah, I remember
That
that.
was based on one of his. He does a lot of his books are historical novels that are based upon the New England area uh, back in the late 17th century, early 18th century. Uh, he's got one about the battle at oh God on Champlain. The Green Rangers. Oh God, what was the anyway? Lydia Bailey is another book. Boone Island. Oh God, that is a great book. This is about some sailors. They were coming back from Europe, and their ship ran aground on a small island off the coast of Maine. And this island had no trees, and it was right before Christmas. So they survived on eating seagulls and seaweed and whatever fish they could catch. And they finally did build a raft, and they were able to see the city off the distance on the coast. And it was a really good read. So
Who's got time to read?
yeah,
You know, when you're in the FPV hobby, you spend all your time fiddling with drones. Oh, and making YouTube. I actually made a YouTube video. I posted one today. Did you see my new YouTube video?
no, not yet, but I will check it out.
I reviewed that new Comica wireless
Oh,
microphone
yes, that's
system.
right.
Yeah,
We were talking about
yeah.
that.
I put the review up on that. It's fabulous, man. It is wonderful, just wonderful.
Well, cool. All right. I think it's about that time for
Okay.
trivia. Yay!
Where's your sound effects when you need them, Art?
Yeah, I know.
Here.
There,
All right.
there you go. All right. So today's trivia question. Oh, now it comes on.
Got a little delay there.
Okay, so all of you in the chat, this is a rock and roll trivia question going all the way back to the late 60s. So Steve probably knows these guys. So here's the question. The first one to answer it correctly gets this box of Enstrom's almond toffee. And the question is, name 3 of the guitarists that played for the Yardbirds that later became famous.
That's not an easy question.
Yeah, we all know you're not a rock guy. So what I'm going
Well,
to
not to that extent, Art.
do.
But there is Google.
Yep, that's right. Use Google if you want to find out. Okay, so I'm trying to. Oh, boy, everything is going. Oh,
I see the answers are flying by in the chat here.
Yeah, they are, and I'm like trying
enough to make you dizzy, man. Yeah. Adrian, how you doing, buddy?
Okay, there are 3 guitars that played in the Yardbirds.
I can't even think of one of them, let alone 3. Steve, you look puzzled. You're Googling, are you? Oh, he's muted.
No, it's not Larry.
Oh, there's an answer. Drone Bum had an answer.
Okay.
Clapton, Jeff Beck, and Jimmy
Yep,
Page.
you are correct, Paul.
Hey, yes, sir.
There we go. Yes, it was Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, and Jimmy Page. And you are correct. They all played for the Yardbirds, and
Wow.
Jimmy Page. That band later became Led Zeppelin. So, Paul, if you give me your address, I believe we are friends on Facebook. So you can give me your address, and I will ship this out on Monday to you. So, congratulations, Paul.
Okay. Now that's a round of applause.
Yep. So I mixed it up, tried not to, well, because I was doing a lot of naval stuff the last few weeks. Do some rock and roll stuff.
No, good.
Yeah. Now, I think a few months ago, I think it was on this channel when I had someone else on. Let's see. I said, okay, name the 4 lead singers that sang in AC/DC. And boy, it took forever for people to figure out who they are. And everybody will get 3, but they couldn't get that the very first lead singer was Dave Evans.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was replaced by Bon Scott, who at the time was the drummer for AC/DC. So he got moved up and they got a new drummer, and that band just took off. And then when he tragically died in 1980, was replaced by Brian Johnson. And a few years ago, briefly was replaced by Axl Rose.
Steve, you know all this, don't you? You know the answers to.
No, I don't know them that much. I don't.
I don't either.
I'm actually terrible at it. Very terrible.
Yeah,
I used to have. I had a girlfriend and then another friend. We would take our road trips to Mammoth. Now, mind you, that's a 6-hour trip in a car. We put on the music, and we'd play like a shuffle of music, and it was like kind of like with Ken Herron does and Kelly Green with the 1 second.
Okay. Kelly's amazing.
Not only were they with the name of the song, but then who was singing it and what would come out, and they would go back and forth, and it was to be like.
But that was their business. That was their business. They were in the radio business. You know. Art. What was the name? Okay. Now I remember. The one thing I do remember was way back Buffalo Springfield.
Right.
Is where Stephen Stills got his start.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote the song For What It's Worth. Remember that song?
Yep.
Do you? Which was like the anthem for the Vietnam era.
That's right.
And then of course Stephen Stills went on and joined David Crosby and Graham Nash.
Uh-huh. And what band did
and they without a doubt are still my favorite musicians from that era. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What? Okay. Which one of those played in the Hollies?
Graham Nash did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I had an opportunity back when in my knife collecting days, when I used to go out to California, Steve, a couple of times a year for these big knife shows. Turns out David Crosby happens to be a very big knife collector of handmade knives.
You mentioned that when we were talking.
I used to meet up with him at all these knife shows, and I met up with him one year right after he had his liver transplant.
Oh,
How about that knife?
so did he bring in his own knife, or is for the surgeon?
I don't know. Okay, Art. Here's one for you. What's the name of the blade shape that you're holding? What do they call that blade shape?
Called a Chris.
A Chris, correct. Correct. The man knows his knives.
Are popular in the Philippines and Indonesia.
Yeah, they do a lot of damage going in and out too.
This was made by a Filipino native who made this for my father during World War II.
Oh, that's great.
He was stationed there.
Wow.
That's great.
The blade is made from a Japanese truck tire, or not a tire, but the spring.
Oh, no kidding.
And the hilt is made from brass casing. And the handle is made from carabao horn.
That's cool. Nice.
Yep.
That's got a lot of memories.
Yep, it does. And I don't know what happened to the seat to it. It got lost years ago. It'd be nice if I could get a seat or a sheath.
Oh, you can get one made. There's tons of leather places that'll make you a sheath for that.
Yep.
Take it. Well, you can't. I was going to say take it back to the Philippines with you, but they might not let you on the airplane.
Oh,
Yeah.
The Philippines won't let you bring knives into the country.
The world is going to hell. Back when I was going to these knife shows all over the country, this was back in the 90s, before 9/11 and before they had all this nonsense, you could carry any blade shorter than 4 inches into the cabin with you. Yeah, and they used to have a thing. They had a little mark right on the where you checked in, where they could measure them. So I would usually have a whole bag full of small knives that I'd carry with me, and then the bigger stuff would be. Oh, okay. The bigger stuff would be checked in the baggage, but not anymore. You can't even, not even a nail clipper now.
It was so funny when I took a flight. When we went to go to Ireland, so we flying from here to Boston, then from Boston catching the international flight to Ireland, coming back, and then going back through to Boston on the way back. Mind you, I flew from the U.S. to Boston, from Boston to Dublin, from Dublin back to Boston, and then on the jet coming back. Same thing had been in my carry-on bag all the time, was a wine corkscrew.
Oh.
And they pulled it from me on the way coming back.
Oh, man.
Mind you, I've flown all those other 3 legs, and on the last leg coming back, they pull it back, and he goes, well, do you want to get out? And I'll go, man, I says, it's $1.99. It'll cost more to ship it back. No, throw it.
Hey, I want to say hello to Edessa Javier from the Philippines and Madam Perez, I believe. Perez. You got some Philippine people joining in the show. Great. Awesome.
Good.
Awesome. Yep.
Yeah.
So we want to see you fly, Art. We want to see you fly your drone, man.
Well, I want to see the thing go through the grand piano. And no, Mitch, I'm not going to hold my breath. I know better than that. But with graphics today, he could make that happen, animated.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. hmm
Have
we'll
it fly
do that-
right through.
We'll do that on Mitch's show tomorrow. I'll get out my and I'll fly it through the piano.
Well, even if you just sit there and just try to hover it in front of you, because that's the hardest thing. That's the hardest thing to do,
Yep.
is to keep it in place.
Yep.
But one of the things we want to do tomorrow night, Art, is calibrate that accelerometer. It's not hard to do,
Okay.
but that hopefully will stop what you're calling out of trim.
Okay.
But it's never going to be like a Mavic. I don't care how
No,
perfectly
yeah,
you get
I
it
know
trimmed,
that.
because it doesn't have a GPS to hold position with. You know, it's
Speaking
going to
of,
go.
someone with the trim. Here we got Chris Holt.
Ah,
Welcome to the show, Chris.
Hey,
Brother
Art.
Chris.
brother
We're
Chris.
talking about
Steve.
live again. Chris is the nice guy there.
I showed up for the crash.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, how much money are you saving in order to do all the drywall and repainting repairs on the roof, on the ceiling? Because when I was talking with Art, he goes, "It goes up and it's hovering on the ceiling."
Because it's as high as it'll go.
Yeah. What's really fun, Art, is when you get them to stick to the wall,
Yeah.
Oh,
because they'll do that. You know, those little drones will get
yeah.
onto the wall and they'll stick there, and the motors will speed up.
Well, there goes my security deposit.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, do you know El Smeghead? Do you know him?
Yeah, I've seen him on Ken's show.
He's funny. He says it's not his lounge, it's a backdrop. There are still people, Art, that believe that we live in these palatial palaces that we have behind us.
I seen somebody the other day that had the same background as Art. So I knew they was roommates.
Well, yeah, we keep seeing other people using Art's studio when he's not there. They sneak in. Come to find out, Art told me that was a backdrop that they have on StreamYard. So a lot of people are going to be using it if it's available on StreamYard.
Yep. Well,
Art,
Chris, I hear you guys just went all over Adrian after I got off the show last night.
It was Adrian's fault. He was drinking them orange knee highs.
I'm going to have to go back and watch it for sure.
Hey, Carter, I tell you what, there was one point I was crying. I literally had tears run down my cheek.
Oh, last night on Matt's show.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, you was there.
Yeah,
He
I
was drinking that.
Yeah, and we could hear that chirp. And everybody was giving him a hard time. Hey, go fix that smoke alarm.
Well, I was nailing him on that when he did his the first video was written. I said, the hell with your video. Your family comes first. Go get the battery replaced in that thing. But I'm wondering if it was the chirping or if it was because of all of his cooking. The smoke was just filling the inside of the house.
It wasn't going to go off. The battery was bad. I got his address today. I'm going to mail him a battery. Just next week.
Well, nowadays they're not replaceable batteries anymore. They're all fixed in. All the new ones coming out. So you got 10 years on it, and then you got to replace it.
Oh,
Well, they done got that smart.
that's good because
Probably not a bad idea after 10 years to replace it anyway.
Oh, you should see some of the smoke detectors I've come across in my years of dealing with fire life safety. It's like, how is smoke ever going to get inside this? And you're looking at because there's a screen, a real fine screen in the inside. And we pull the detectors down to do maintenance and stuff. And I mean, it was this whole entire corridor. It was like somebody had put grease with dust all on them, completely clogged. I'm going, you never have to worry about it ever going off. It never will.
You cook enough fried chicken in a place, and you'll have a thin coating of grease on everything.
yeah, El Smithhead says 1.41K subs. And no, well, else, Meghead, I don't have enough watch hours. I'm currently at 2.7K, and I need to get
Close.
to 4K, and then I'll be able to monetize this channel. So after tonight, I'll probably get quite a bit.
Yeah, you got a nice, and we need to do. You need to, just keep doing these streams. Just keep doing them, and it'll build up.
Yep. And
Oh
now I'm on vacation, I'll be able to do maybe like a lunch hour show, and maybe do an hour or so at lunch. People could come in and say hi and stuff like that. You know what I might do? I might pull out one of my guitars and take the green screen, move it, and get the amp and rock it out. Hopefully the batteries are still good on the pedals. Then I could. I've got a distortion pedal that'll do like many different kinds of distortions. I could do fuzz. I could do overdrive. I could do distortion, and then I have a wah pedal too. So
you do that now, and I'll play the piano and scare everybody to death.
What I like, and the next thing I want to learn how to play is the slide guitar. Like a lap steel. I've got a friend who's a local musician. His name is Hex Henderson. He's on Facebook, and God, he's a phenomenal slide guitarist. And every time he has a video on there, I share the hell out of it, because he just blows you away, because he could play Van Halen on a slide guitar. I mean, on a lap steel. He'll get the distortion going, and I'm like going, wow, that sounds awesome.
I was just laughing over Adrian and Chris going back and forth.
Yeah, he's already started calling me a wanker again.
Yeah.
He
I was laughing my butt off yesterday.
If I got called that once last night, I got called at least 100 times.
Back in my stand-up comedy days, I opened for some local bands, and there was a local band named Wanker, and they were kind of a punk band, but they were a blast to work with. They actually put out like 3 albums, and I had one of their cassette tapes, and I lost it years ago. But they had songs like "Circus in My Pants," "Violation of Aunt B," and "Full Metal Teddy." Yeah.
They done drug Aunt B into the house. You said Aunt B, right?
Yep.
It wasn't Andy Griffith then, was it? Agent K, yes, sir. I was born and raised here in Texas. As a matter of fact, born and raised about 10 minutes from here. I ain't never left.
And one of the last bands that I opened for, the name of the band is called Camel Toe Farm.
You were talking about that yesterday.
And the lead singer in the band actually works for the Department of Homeland Security.
Go figure.
Oh man.
But I got to open for Benny King, if any of you remember who Benny King is. Mitch, you should.
Benny King.
Yeah.
Benny
Stand
King.
by me.
Oh, you're going back to the early days of way early, back to the future type days of rock and roll.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's probably the most famous person most famous singer I got to open for. Yep. But I think one of the worst music acts I opened for, they were a punk band called Psychotic Reaction. And hearing that name, you probably can guess how well my comedy went over at that show. It was, I did like 5 minutes and I said, well, thank you. Good night. Thanks for having me. Enjoy the show.
They pulled you in, did they? What's that old shepherd's hook they'd hook you with and drag you off the stage, Art?
No, I was supposed to do several minutes, and after people weren't paying attention, I said that I'm done. I'm gonna, I wasn't getting paid anyway. I was doing it as a favor for a friend of mine. It was her band. No, done.
And that's a trend we all have today, doing all this entertaining and not getting paid.
Yep.
Exactly.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, we could have made a fortune last night, Art.
Well, I feel sorry for all the comics who lost a crap load of work over the last few months and probably going to be out of work for many more months.
Well, surprisingly, here in California, in Southern California, which anywhere in California, they opened back up now 2 weeks ago, Friday. The restaurants did. Dining inside, not just outside. At first, they were going to have it dining outside only, but no, they opened up. Of course, every other table is now, left empty. But the bars are opening up unless you are together, immediate family or friends or whatever, that you're sitting side by side. There's got to be 2 seats, bar stools vacant to the next group.
Hey, I just got somebody sent me £5. Hey.
Stickers, I got stickers, yes I do. Boom. Stickers.
Uh-oh, that sounds like a copyright strike coming up.
I think so.
What's that, Ken? Yeah, I'll let him know. He said let you know he's going to file a copyright strike against you.
Well, there goes your big video, Art. With all your watch hours.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew Cortez. Welcome. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go back and watch the rest of that show from last night.
It's an hour and a half of a wonderful time of my life spent here, Steve, and that was pretty good.
Well, how many more bottles did he go through?
Well, I only seen the one, but it was about a fifth, Steve. It wasn't a little bottle.
No, I know. It was like a 750 milliliter.
Yeah.
But that's only, what, 8%?
He's a little guy.
Lightweight. He's a lightweight.
He's a little fella. He didn't take much.
Say hi to Mel.
Melvin.
Here, welcome.
Mel, how are you, buddy?
He was in here earlier.
Yeah,
he said he made it back. He's back now.
So
whose stream are you talking about? Whose stream was it? I missed it last night.
Oh, that was over at Matt, northeast.
No, I watched that stream for a while, but evidently it hadn't gotten wild yet.
Yeah.
You were on at the very beginning and then popped off. It's when Adrian popped in. Of course, when Adrian pops in, it all goes to just total insanity.
It's all about Adrian. It's all about Adrian.
I love Adrian, though. It's it's entertaining.
It is.
Yeah.
He's funny. He is funny. But Chris was giving him a bunch of crap last night, and I had a glass of wine poured here, and the doorbell rang, and I'm going, well, I got to go, guys. Pizza's here. And then Chris let off, and man, I about lost my glass of wine on the floor.
I got to go back and watch it. Just remember what all we talked about. I know I was called a wanker. Oh my gosh!
Wanker.
Then Adrian was cooking supper I'm assuming East Coast time, 10 o'clock. He was fixing rice and beans.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he's here in Florida. He's here in Florida.
he was shaking every fork, spoon, knife, pot, pan.
He's always cooking. He's
and
always
then-
cooking. He comes on my live stream. He's cooking. He's always cooking.
And then his smoke alarm was chirping in the background.
Oh.
He's eating.
Oh, yeah.
Mm,
The chips, and don't forget crunching the ice.
yeah. Oh,
He'll be sitting there with a cup of ice. And
Oh, it was funny. Old Matt should get some good watch time out of that one.
yeah. Yeah.
my neighbor, I was telling him about it, and I walked out, and I was busted up because as the pizza was getting delivered, I told him to go over there to watch Matt's show because I turned him on to it a while back, and he just comes back this morning. He goes, "Did you see the rest of that show?" And he goes, I go, "Yeah," and I go, I know most of the people on there," and he goes, "I was laughing my ass off." He goes, "That was just hilarious."
There was somebody in the chat. I think it might have been Tim Jackson. I can't remember exactly who it was, but we got to laughing. Adrian did something. The cat pissed on his wife's leg. That was that was funny.
Are you kidding me?
That's what he wrote in the chat.
Oh man, you can't script this stuff. You can't make this stuff up.
Oh no, it was priceless.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey, Greg, how you doing, man? How's my
Hey,
drum?
Greg.
Yeah, Greg, hello, sir.
Good morning, mate.
He's back. He was here before.
Yeah, he was. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Tim Jackson, and my cat is on my leg.
That's right. It was when Jim started singing. Above and beyond drones. He can't carry a tune in a bucket. And boy, I tell you what scared his old cat. There you go. You're not gonna call him. You're not gonna call Greg a wanker, Adrian? Come on, man.
He was calling everybody a wanker.
There was
Yeah.
nobody was uncomfortable last night. That is for sure.
Yeah.
That is for sure. Priceless.
You know, you host a stream like that. That's like a Jim above and beyond drones. You know, he gets so many people in on his panel that he can actually just go away
Yep.
and leave 6 guys on there and come back later. That's what Matt should do. He should just get everybody gone and say, you know, one of these numbers, you know.
Yeah, because it's
Here we
the
go
correct-
again. Here we
'Cause
go.
when-
Paul's back.
Hey, Dad. Drone bomb.
What?
Oh, Adrian, you
Oh,
damn
he's
wanker.
back.
There he is. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello again, Paul.
Hey, boy.
What time is it when Matt, his time? What time is it when he starts his stream, Chris?
Matt Strain comes on.
For him.
It's like
for
8 in the
him.
morning.
Not
It's like
us.
8
Not
a.m.
us.
Yeah, something like that.
Isn't it? Like 8 a.m. over there
8
in the
a.m.
morning for him. Yeah. I think he's about 12 hours different from us. Something like that.
He 7 o'clock my time when he started. The same time as Greg starts at 7.
That'd be 8 here
I
on the
thought-
East Coast. Yeah.
I thought Greg told me one time it's like 11 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning over there when it's 8 o'clock Friday night, 7 o'clock Friday night for us.
I thought that was Western Australia. Like Spike was like 15 hours, but then when we went to daylight time, it was 14 hours.
Yeah.
Like 10,
And
15 hour difference.
I thought that on the East Coast of Australia, there was like it's a 3-hour difference, like across our country.
It's tomorrow.
So
I can
yeah.
tell you that. It's tomorrow.
it is tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
is.
made a mistake one time calling Greg. I was on my way to work. I called Greg. Greg was asleep. Yeah, what do you want? I said, oh, man, I just called BS a minute. Well, I'm in bed.
Yeah.
I'm
I did that.
asleep.
Go back to bed. I'm sorry.
I did that one time. I was in Hawaii and I called somebody over, back home and, hello? I said, what? He says, it's 3 a.m.
Roll Tide Road. Hello, Bama.
yeah.
More.
Bama,
Yeah, because you
Bama.
don't realize it because you've got another 3 hours on the coast and then another 3 hours to Hawaii. So
Yeah, it was 6 hours difference. Yeah.
yeah,
My buddy
It's
Steve
14 hours difference from Denver to Philippines.
Wow.
I remember that all too often from the Air Force, from here to Clark Air Force Base, 14 hours difference. And that's
Bill,
about
coast
how
to
long
coast.
And that's about how long the flight was.
Bill at Coast to Coast Drones asked me how the Komikas did the mics, and I posted a review today, Bill. They were great.
there you go, Bill.
They're tremendous, those things.
I'll have to go check that out. I saw the post go up. I just haven't had a chance to watch it.
No,
yet.
that's okay. That's okay.
No, I wanted to
Listen,
see it because when I came on the show and then you were showing it, I missed the first part,
Yeah.
but I went back and watched it, the first part of the show, where you were talking about it, and that thing is phenomenal.
Oh, for the money, and you get lav, you get the lav mics with them. They get 2 mics, but they have built-in
Yeah.
mics, and you get the lav mics, and those things are $40 a piece. Those Komika lav mics, so that's $80
Yeah.
worth of lav mics with it too.
Right.
It's incredible, and you know what I did just for fun, and I didn't put it in the review. I plugged the receiver into my mixer, or was it my GoPro? Anyway, and I plugged the microphone into a cell phone where I was just playing music. I wanted to see how well music
Could come across.
was come across through it, and
Cool.
it was unbelievable. They're all digital, and it was like a direct wire connection between
Really?
the two. Yeah, unbelievable. In fact, I'm trying to find a little piece of video that I did where I didn't use it in my review, but I do have it. I do have it in here.
We'll make a part 2.
Nah. Let me see. This was it here. Let me see.
Yeah, go
Sorry
ahead.
to
second.
hear that, Bill.
You mind, Art? You mind if I show you a little clip here?
No, go ahead, Mitch. I'll make
Okay.
it big.
Here's the.
Okay, how do I make
This is me playing some music through the wire through that little.
Oops,
Strong button.
yeah,
But listen, that's actually going through the wireless microphone.
You better not be playing the music.
No, that's copyright-free stuff.
Oh, okay. No,
You
but
don't have
not
to worry
for
about
art. Not for art.
No, it's for anybody. For anybody.
And you just have it hardwired in.
No, actually, if Art would make it big, you could see it. But then what I did was, now I went for a walk. I actually took the GoPro that was recording it. That's you, Art, not me.
oh, nope.
There, up in my square, there's a little square up top in the upper left-hand corner. If you click that,
Say
it'll
make
make
it
me
large.
big.
Look in his picture box.
On my thumbnail.
Yep.
There you go. So I'm walking around the house. Now I'm at the other side of the house, and this music is being transmitted on that little Komika wireless link.
Wow.
Yeah, the distance is unbelievable on those. I remember when
Yeah.
Ken Herron did the review on one of their earlier models.
So then I came back, and it was playing out of the cell phone across the wireless link to my GoPro that I was carrying around with me there.
Where'd you get this at?
On Amazon.
On Amazon.
There's a link in the description of my video.
Okay. All right. I'll
an,
go check it out in a
an,
little bit.
an affiliate link, yeah. But at any rate, that was
That's cool.
Unbelievable quality. I was so
Yeah.
blown away. And the things are supposed to have a 50-foot range. Okay, because they're digital, they're 2.4. And unlike the big wireless mics that have antennas and everything, this doesn't even have antennas. It's just a little tiny. They weigh 30 grams a piece, 35 grams. They weigh nothing. And they said that don't turn your back and put your body between the transmitter and the receiver. They said that your body can. So I tested that today, and I went 60 feet away and put my body between the transmitter and the receiver, and it didn't cut out at all. It just kept going. It's just incredible.
Can you record to it, Mitch?
No, it has no. It's not a recorder. It's just a wireless mic.
Wireless mic. Okay.
Yeah, and the receiver is a dual receiver. It's got an A and B channel. And they give you two different mics. One of them has an A on it, one of them has a B. And you can set it up in stereo so that one mic's on the left channel, one's on the right. Or you can make it mono, which mixes them all together.
Yeah. They're obviously giving Rode a big run for their money after they came out with their small version of the
Go
wireless.
Yeah, and that's a tremendous, that's a good unit, but it's a lot more expensive when you get done buying all the additional parts and pieces for it.
Oh, yeah. Because the microphone was, $60 for the Rode Lav mic or something like that.
Yeah, so you got to add that in too. And on the Comica, it's $259 for the whole set, but on that link that I got, there's a 10% coupon. So you click on Amazon, you click to check the box for the 10% coupon, gets it down to $230-something bucks, which is
T-Bird's saying how much, Mitch?
well, it's like $230-some with the discount.
U.S.
Yeah, for the two transmitter and one receiver setup, and it comes with different cables. It comes with cables for the different brands of cameras. One cable is labeled Nikon, another is labeled Sony and Panasonic, and they give you a cell phone, a cable for your cell phone. Now, if your cell phone doesn't have a jack for a headphone in it, they do have receivers that have USB plugs sticking out of them, which you can actually just plug right into the USB port of your cell phone. But I had no use for that. That's about 4,000 Aussie dollars. Yeah.
And then the VAT tax.
Yeah, and they have a single mic set up. Mike said that they have a single mic set up too, but the cool thing about the dual mic setup and hold on, the way I got it set up here is on my little vlogging rig that I use with my GoPro.
GoPro?
GoPro. Yeah,
Whoa,
easy for me to say.
Say that 5 times real fast, Mitch.
Right. I got this is my little vlogging rig that I carry around so I can vlog. And
To pick up women.
Yes, of course. And the receiver just has a clip, and the width of the clip fits into a cold shoe. It's the same width. So you just take the clip and stick it into a cold shoe. You clip it right on top of a camera. That's the idea. So I just stuck the receiver in here, plugged it into the microphone input, the external mic input on the GoPro. And then you can have 2 of these little microphones, and they sound great without the lavalier, using the built-in mic with the little dead cat. So you talk about a portable setup. I can clip 2 of the microphones to the 2 extra. I can clip them all around here, and I have a whole portable vlogging setup with 2 wireless mics. So if you're interviewing somebody, or you want to talk to somebody, or if I'm out at the flying field and I got somebody helping me out, I can take one of these little mics and throw it on him, throw one on me,
Right.
and we've got a portable studio.
Cool. I know when Aldrin, a flight path, because he did the review on the road, he got him right away to review before the NAB was on. And I have one for $1 million. Hey, Claude.
Welcome to the show.
Hi, Claude.
And I could not believe the quality that the Rode was putting out with that little thing. But after, listening and on yours, it's phenomenal.
It's tremendous, but it's all digital now. It's just that's the thing about digital. The quality is usually it's either there or it isn't. With the analog mics, like my original Comica, which is this one, which is the WM300. This thing weighs 10 times. I weighed it. This is 250 grams. It's all metal. That little thing is 35 grams. This thing, you have to pick a channel that nobody else is using because it's analog. It's got 56 different channels, so you have to worry about getting it on the right channel. And if it's subject to interference and noise when you start to get fringy. With digital, it's either there or it isn't. So it never gets fringy. When you get to the end of the range of the thing, it just cuts off. But if you have the signal, you're going to get great quality. So
yeah. Well, I know the one, you're the one that you have there is the one I have too. And the range on that thing is phenomenal. I mean,
it's going to be much greater range than the digital one.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone 150 feet.
Yeah,
and
400
more.
feet. 400 feet is the range of that thing. Yeah, they're tremendous.
That's good.
And going through walls in a house, I was surprised how well it worked.
But they're expensive. I mean, I paid $350 for that set of those Comica ones.
How long ago, man?
A couple of years ago. $349 bucks.
Because I got it for like $2 something.
Well, this one's got a dual channel receiver.
Yeah.
And I also got a handheld wireless mic. So I've got 2 mics and the receiver. I think it was like $349.
Oh, for the kit? Yeah.
Yeah. But now they're now I don't know what to do with all these wireless mics, and yet I'm still talking to you on this big studio mic here.
That's cool.
Yeah. What are you doing? Unwrapping candy?
Oh my gosh, Claude, you bought a new Polaris XP side by side. You trying to run up against Ron Lockwood, huh?
It looks that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I had fun riding in that. Except Ron likes to get a little close to the edge going up that mountain.
That was the funniest thing. I was rolling on the floor when you were watching you bouncing around.
you were over there, and the look on your face, Art, was like,
oh, it was fabulous.
Yeah, you could go over there a little bit. There's no traffic coming towards you.
Well, when you're the passenger, I understand, because I've done a lot of off-roading in my years, and in some very precarious positions with some very steep drop-offs, like you were up over there, and as a driver, you know what you're doing. But even he said it got a little slick because they have the same soil up there, kind of like we have here, but it's like adobe clay.
Yeah.
You get any moisture on it, it's like you might as well just throw grease down. You're just going to slide.
Yeah, and then we came down to an incline, and I'm like trying to sit back.
Your feet buried on the floorboard.
I'm like holding up. Okay, you're taking off, Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut out, Art.
All right. Well, thanks.
All right, Chris. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you
Good
guys.
to see you, man.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Take care in the chat, everybody. We'll see you somewhere.
Take care,
That's
Chris.
for sure.
Have a good night.
That's for sure.
See ya.
Have a good night. Oh, cool. Okay, we'll switch everybody to. There we go. Give Steve the duck.
Quack, quack.
Yep.
That's good, Steve. Hey, you got to get a copyright infringement from Disney.
Yeah.
No, we don't talk about that. I'm just made a sound.
Oh, okay.
And we won't mention the DD. I can actually talk like that. And my grandkids, when they were younger, they just crack up laughing.
So what else is new, Art? What else is new? Getting
well,
on 2 hours. You're almost on 2 hours here, young man.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been, just taking it easy today. Got, let's see, what did I got in the mail this week a SATA cable extender. So I was able to finally get that 3 terabyte hard drive working on a PC that I've got out in the living room. And then once I got that on, I installed Ubuntu Linux on.
Okay.
So with that on there, it sees all the hard drives. I'm like, awesome, great. I've got
So what are you doing with the hard drives? You making a NAS or?
no. The cable, the power cable, was too short. It wouldn't reach the 3 terabyte hard drive.
Oh,
And I had to buy an extender. So I got one, put that in, and it saw it, and I go, okay, cool. Now I'm going to put an operating system on it and get that going. And that, I think I'll put Kodi on it, and then I could use that as my entertainment center. Plus, I have my Roku there, so
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got a NAS system I use for my work, but then I use it for all my drone footage, and I dump that stuff onto there. And they're not cheap, but I'll tell you what, it's called protection.
Yeah.
Because it's in a special array. It's like a RAID 6 for anybody who knows about
Right.
computers. And Synology has their own, which
dead.
what's that?
You said raid. Killing
Raid.
Bugs dead.
Yeah, that's for sure. And one of the things Synology has with theirs is on a radio, you got to have all the drives the exact same size in order to have it fully operate. You
Right.
can have drones, drives of multiple sizes, and it will use the full efficiency of it. So like say if you put I've got 20 terabytes sitting in the storage. So say they're all 4s, but let's say on a normal one, if you put a 6 in, it would only allow it to use 4. Well, with that RAID storage, it will take almost the full efficiency of that drive. Which
Speaking
is-
of terabytes, Mel is here. Well,
Terabytes.
Terabytes.
Mel,
Hey, Mel.
Mr. Mel, good
How are
afternoon
you,
to
my
you.
man?
Yeah, terrible bites. I am
Yes.
the plague. Everybody avoids me.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing okay. Boy, it's hotter than the hubs of hell here, I'll tell you what.
we had some rain a little while ago here, and it really cooled us off. We were
Well,
at 96 yesterday.
If it rained here, it would cool it off for about 5 minutes, and then once the rain stopped, the heat would start evaporating that moisture off the ground, and the humidity would get worse than it is. Oh my God! You can't sit outside. You can't sit outside without just getting wringing wet. It's,
Or
I mean, just sitting still. You don't even have to be, exerting anything. Just,
Yeah. Speaking
It's brutal.
speaking of that, I was wondering if Jim Boyd's still in here. His AC went out on him. I know. Did they? I wonder if they got
Yeah.
it fixed.
I wonder if
I
they
think
got
he
the,
did.
yeah.
I think he did get it fixed. Yeah.
I think that would be a priority in Florida because it's bad
Yeah.
down there all the
Although
time.
it hasn't been that, we've had nothing but rain here and clouds, so we haven't had the heat here. But we've had
all
the
that
ultimate in humidity, and that is rain all day.
side back.
We're we're in the 3-4 inches of rain in the past few days here. It's
Wow.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, there's normally in Florida in June.
Oh boy, look
It's
at
dry.
that.
It's dry.
It all leaked out.
Leaked out again. Oh, Jim. Oh man.
Oh,
Sorry to hear that, buddy.
Lord.
thought you were getting the new condenser put on.
Yeah.
If they put a new condenser on and then it leaks,
The-
well then
You got to
That-
test the rest of the lines because it could be the
maybe
lines,
the
are
lines
leaking.
are.
yeah. And you know the thing is AC units, you know, houses, cars, whatever, they're thousands of dollars, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
A damn 30-cent O-ring will make it leak. You know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or a
Man.
bad solder joint that weakens over time, and
Yep.
then the gas starts leaking out.
Oh, now they want to put a new air handler in now. Did you put a new air compressor in already, Jim?
Wow.
Seems to me. God, I don't envy anybody that nonsense.
No.
Wow.
How did people used to live without? How did people live without air conditioning back in the day?
I do.
Well, I put it in when we did a remodel on our home here about 13 years ago. I was putting in a new heating unit in the house. I'm going to put the coils in, and then I'll think about putting the condenser in it later on. And I ordered it that way. Everything was all set up. They were going to enlarge the return air for the house and everything and put it in. So we ended up getting, this is in August, 102 degrees where we are here. And being so close to the water, we were joining the wonderful world of Jim Boyd and Mitch being in Florida here. So next day I called up the AC company and I said, hey, what's the chances of going ahead and installing the unit at the same time? And he goes, the one we talked about, because it was right at the turn of when were going to the new gas, they were getting rid of the old gas and going to the new gas. And so I go, yeah. And he goes, we've got one sitting here that it's not going to go in for 2 weeks. So yeah, we can do it. Well, bad mistake. Our flooring guy, while we were doing the remodel, decided it was going to take him 2 or 3 times as long because he was enjoying all the air conditioned, cooled inside the house now that it was. Because that night that we came home, he had just laid down about 50 feet of slate tile flooring with all that moisture and the house being locked up. By the time we walked in there, it was like it took your breath away walking in the door.
Oh, wow.
And it's when I made the phone call. I said no. But then it took him twice as long to get the rest of the flooring done because he wanted to stay and work in the air conditioning.
Well, where I live, I'm what's called a garden apartment, which is 4 feet underground. And my apartment is located on the northwest side of the building. So it's nice and cool. I've never had to have an air conditioner put in. Everybody else, especially on the other side of the building, everybody's got an air conditioning unit sticking out of their window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't have air conditioning?
No, I don't need it.
Well, you're in a bunker. Of course not.
Yeah.
Well, the downside is every time we have a big snowstorm and then a big thaw, I get a flood in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's
because
a downside. Okay. Yeah.
Well, what happens is the downspout will freeze up, and then we get a thaw, and then all that water comes around the outside of the downspout, and it goes right through the foundation and into my closet in my bedroom and in my living room, and oh man, wet, soggy carpet. And then they come in and they pull back the padding, they soak it all up, and then they bring those big industrial fans that blow, not like the big standing kind.
They're heaters.
Yeah. And blow that for a couple days, then because here in Colorado it's so dry, it dries up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, in Colorado, most of the people in the homes and everything they have there, you have to have humidifiers on your systems in order to keep it out because it's going to dry everything out. We run anywhere between. We used to run only maybe about a week a year. Back going before the time I told you we put the unit in. But anywhere now, like in August, it'll hit us. We'll get 2 to 3 weeks or 4 weeks of hot weather that'll come through here. And then what happens is being so close to the ocean, we get that inversion layer, dead air, so there's no breeze. And then that moisture starts coming in and the humidity just starts spiking.
May I interrupt something?
Yeah, go ahead, Mel.
Art, may I have the freedom to speak my mind on your channel? I'll be gentle as I can. I'll be politically correct as I can. But I'm going to unleash on somebody. Is that all right with you? Yay or nay?
Well, normally I don't like.
Well, it's just you got this guy acting like a jerk in chat, and so I'm kind of wondering, like, you know, what's his problem? That's all.
Okay.
El Smedgehead. Thank you, Art.
Okay.
Quit bitching about not getting an invite to be on the show. If Art wants to invite you, he'll invite you. You're nothing special. Nobody's going to miss out on a damn thing. There.
Okay.
I mean, quit complaining about it, dude. Everybody's here. Everybody saw you ask the first time if you could be on the show. And I'm sure Art saw it too. He pays close attention to everything. But he doesn't like to be rude. Me, I'm just a dick, so I don't mind doing it. Hey, and I am brutally honest as well.
El Smeg, well, I think this is the first time he's been to this channel. El Smeghead, if you want to be on the panel in the future, come back a few times, and once I get to know you and you're a supporter of this channel, then I'll bring you on. You know, that's how I do that here. So,
like I said, Bob, I'm a dick.
Or what we call a Karen.
I don't hear anybody contradicting you there, Mel. I mean,
well, yeah, there's everybody saying,
normally
yeah,
if people cared, they'd go, "No, Mel, you're not. You're okay, Mel." But I didn't hear any of that. You know.
No, you're right, Mitch. You're right. Nobody.
Mel is being Mel, and I respect it.
I get my validation that way. See, so it works.
That's fine. That's fine. Like I told you guys too. I'm the same way. If somebody calls me an asshole, I thank them.
Yeah.
Say thank you.
Glad you noticed.
Yeah, I say I've been trying to perfect that for 40 years. It's about time somebody noticed.
Yeah, exactly right. Anyway.
Yeah, Ten Toes has it right. He says, Mel, you just say what everybody else is thinking.
That could be. The device is unstable. Please reconnect the device, then enter the firmware upgrade page.
Oh. What are we upgrading, Mel?
Well, we're
The
trying
software.
to work on the smart controller.
Uh-oh.
And I want, well, see, what happened was halfway through an update that I was doing to it, it seemed to have powered off, and I don't know why it did that. I don't.
Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm sorry, Mel. I just hit that. I just hit that by. That was perfect. But I was looking for a different sound effect that was even more appropriate, and I can't find it. Where is it? Oh man!
Oh my gosh!
That was perfect, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah.
This will cause you tingling sensations and.
Oh, my disclaimer. No, that's not what I was. I have one. I have one here where the guy says, "Well, what happened was."
Take care, Bob Casey.
Yeah, Bob. Thanks for coming.
Have a
in.
good evening with the.
Are you
Yeah.
updating Mel to the latest version of the smart controller to see if that was, you guys were talking about the other night when we were talking about it, and
just
then
quit. Upload error fail.
that's
No, I already had the latest version of the Android software, and that did not fix the issue.
No, wait a second. If I remember correctly, or maybe you updated it since we talked.
Yeah, I had the latest.
You had the one below the latest one from just a couple of days ago.
I had the latest now. I
Now you
updated
do.
it.
Okay.
I updated it, and now I'm trying to downdate it.
I found the sound. I found the sound effect, Mel. It's a little late, but
it shuts. The controller is shutting off, and I don't after a couple of minutes, and I don't have a setting in there that says turn me off in 2 minutes.
Huh.
It's
Well,
about
what
to.
had happened was
The
There it
drone
is.
flies well, but the controller's about to learn to fly. Trouble is I'll have to replace a window.
Mel, here's the sound effect that you need.
well, what had happened was
No, it's just, and I don't know Schmedgehead. I got no reason to pick on him or single him out. But when you see the chat and everybody's talking about different things, and you got one guy saying the same thing over and over again, it's like, dude, everybody has seen it. Give it a rest,
Say goodnight to Bob Casey.
Good night,
I did.
Bob.
I told him enjoy the
Yeah.
evening with the grandkids because
okay.
I'm sure they're at his house.
Yeah.
Hey, Art, we keep this up, you're going to have your 4,000 watch hours, man.
Yeah, I know.
That's the goal, right?
Yeah, we're going to be here
And-
for a week.
And
Oh,
drama.
wow.
Everybody likes drama. It always. Nobody wants to talk about it, but everybody wants to see what's going on.
Well, I'm about to get out of here, Art, because it's been a
All
long
right,
show.
good.
It's been a long show. I don't
Yeah.
mean to shut you down, but I'm going to leave it to you guys.
And that was a good review on the Kamika setup.
Oh, thank you, Mel. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really impressed with the thing. I mean, really impressed with it.
Well, I've got the single Kamika, it came with the lab mic and transmitter and a receiver.
You got the big one like this.
Well, it's even different than that. It's
You got the one that looks like this.
yes, that's the one I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come in this
Not the
nice
one that
big
looks like
case.
this. Do I have a lot of this crap or what? Or what?
But mine's only a single, and I do wish that it was a multiple, a double or a triple.
Yeah, that little set for the money, I think, is going to be a real winner for them. I know. I looked on the website, and they were sold out again. It's coming in on the 9th now.
Yeah, but even still, that's too much money.
But
for-
it's like $230.
Yeah,
Right.
But it comes with 2 mics, 1 receiver, dual channel receiver, 2 lav mics, the whole 9 yards. It's really not that much when you think about it. It's a lot cheaper than the Rode Wireless Go. That's for sure.
that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. But
All right, guys. On that note, I'm going to leave you all. Say goodbye. And one more time.
great review on that, Mitch. Good
Oh,
job.
thank you.
well, what had happened was
I did watch the video.
I loved it. All right, buddy. I will see you all tomorrow night, 8 o'clock at the workshop. Okay. Be
Take
there
care, Rich.
or be square.
Enjoy
All right.
enjoy the cigar, sir.
I thought I quit.
You did?
Well, I thought
I'll
I
bet
did,
not.
but
I bet not.
Yeah, I was going to say, and not holding my breath.
Yeah, exactly.
What is this? What is this one here?
loser.
Okay. See you
You
later.
guys have all the
Good night,
best
guys. Good
toys.
night, everybody in the chat. Take care.
Take care.
See you, Mitch.
Yeah, I was at
Welcome
work
back,
when I was at work when he posted that up.
At work, you had to work today?
Yeah.
Oh,
Have
wow.
some possible tenants to move in to put a restaurant facilities in over in that building that I manage.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So it was meeting with prospective tenants and walking them through and finding out what they want to do, and it would be great for what we want to do to the center. So
Well, that'd be awesome.
it'll make the city happy, because then we can get away from. It doesn't matter where you're at. Well, here in California, but I'm sure it's all over the United States and but for sure in every major metropolitan areas, parking is a bitch. The requirements that they require you to do for like a restaurant or bar here, the city requires 15 parking places per 1,000 square feet.
Oh man.
They are the strictest in all of Orange County. You know the area here. You know it, Mel. The closest one here is like 12.
Yeah,
so
I'm
that's
surprised
3
I didn't
more.
get arrested while I was there.
Oh, I know. You know, you
I
were
mean, hell,
smoking.
I smoked 4 cigarettes out in public, for Christ's sakes. And my good buddy Steve that invited me didn't even tell me ahead of time it was illegal.
I
Oh
didn't
my
even
God.
think about it.
And then you know the funny thing is you're standing right next to me after we leave the brig, right? And you sneak back in and pay for those hats, which I still have mine.
Good.
And then we're standing outside, and I smoke a cigarette there while we're standing there yakking, and then we go over and we do some flying, and then finally you said something about, no, when I told you about the guy taking my picture the night before, remember?
Yeah, that's when you told me.
That was kind of creepy, and I was like, hey, Steve, by the way, this dude last night, you know, and I'm sitting out here in my pickup on the phone, and he sneaks up behind me trying to be sneaky and starts taking my picture, and I chase him down and like, dude, I'm talking to you. What are you taking my picture for? And Steve says, well, it's probably because you were sitting there smoking. Yeah.
You can't smoke outside here. It's California.
Yeah. And you know, when I checked in the hotel, they didn't even tell me, because I asked them, I said, do you have a smoking room? And they said, no, all our rooms are non-smoking. They could have said, or should have said, no, Dana Point has a smoking ordinance. You can't smoke here at all, is what they should have said, because they knew. I mean, I'm giving them a Tennessee driver's license, you know?
Yeah,
It's
no
like,
kidding.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah, they put the no smoking in public areas of the city, but where it's a fine line. There's, in other words, for parks, for beaches and everything like that. But
so
in a
like
parking lot,
Not
I don't
great.
see where that would be covered.
Well, that parking lot, though, even though it's intended for the hotel, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's still public domain right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're out in the public. You're in an area where any member of Joe Public can go park their car and either go to the hotel or visit someone at the hotel.
Right.
Right? I mean, they can park there for any reason they want. There's no specific parking regulations there, is there? Like,
the regulations in that area, believe it or not, are like a twisted sisters.
oh, geez.
We have what they call in California called a Tidelands Trust. And what that is Tidelands Trusts, which are up and down the state. There are a multitude of them. And what that is the state of California, through the state's lands commission, has granted in trust to an entity, in this case it was the county of Orange, to allow them to build a harbor. But yet this county of Orange falls in the city limits of Dana Point.
Okay.
As I said, it's a twisted sister. I agree there, Jim. Live and let live.
And see, now the smart controller is, oh no, it's at 21%. Maybe it is going to go, but I can't make it light up. It's like but according to the.
Don't touch it.
Yeah, right.
Don't sneeze.
Does it have a self-detonate feature? If y'all see me go boom here pretty quick, you know I touched the wrong thing.
We'll see smoke drifting up and Adrian's smoke detectors won't be able to go off because he needs batteries in them.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of smoke detectors, Steve, you've probably heard about this story. No, this is way back, probably in the early 90s, where this Boy Scout bought a whole bunch of smoke detectors. Decided, I'm going to build myself a reactor. And he bought all these smoke detectors to get that Americum.
Yep.
And that's highly radioactive. And he built himself a reactor. And then the feds got wind of this, and they had like a storage shed out in their backyard. Well, it was declared a Superfund site.
I'm sure it was.
Well, hey, we got someone else from Colorado that just joined us. Let's welcome. Oh, wait a minute. Sean, you disappeared. Come back, Sean.
Uh-oh.
Sean Oz?
Was there a second? Come
it
on
says
back.
98%, Steve.
Ooh, yay.
I'm only crossing one, not two. Only one.
Well, cross something.
That kid, he got into a heap of trouble, and later on he died of cancer. Gee,
You're kidding.
How that could happen.
Apparently.
One of those kids with the really high IQ and loved building stuff. And he decided, I'm going to, build a nuclear reactor.
Yeah.
Nuclear reactor.
Hey, Art, I think you made a good choice not letting Smedgehead on.
Yeah.
Apparently, he appears to be drunk as a skunk, and he's on his own live show bitching about what just happened over here.
Oh.
Apparently. Yeah.
Hey, welcome.
Sean Oz.
Oh, you caught me in the middle of my drink there.
The guy that wants to move to Florida where there's no snow has bumped his head.
Oh, let me get a lights on. I was just trying to hurry.
It's going to reboot. The device is going to reboot. Now I'm crossing two.
No, that's bad luck.
Oh.
So L Smedgen. Well, at least he's plugging my channel.
Yeah. That's for sure. Mr. Sean Oz, how are you, sir?
Sorry, I was just trying to mad rush after finishing a couple tattoos to get back here before the show ended. Art said it ended at 7, so I guess it went over just a little bit. Oh, yeah. Nice, man.
I just have a question. So the tattoo on there, does it have a tail now falling off as you're running out the door on the guy on their body?
No, they're covered up. I said the nice goodbyes, got my tip. They left. I locked the door real quick. I didn't even clean up the station, and I ran back in the back room. I'm like, I can catch him.
So says, Atomic Boy Scout was an adult treated for mental illness, got into drugs, and died at the age of 39.
Oh.
So is that the guy you were talking about that made his own reactor?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, Sean, what's this about? Free tattoos?
No. Kelly was.
I
heard
was laughing my butt off.
Yeah, I mean, I've got both shoulders, okay, but I need, I'm out of balance here, so.
Well, we might be able to come up with something. Maybe if we're doing a picture of my ugly mug on you, or my logo, or something like that. But I can't just do.
I was thinking more like my logo, but okay.
Not for free. I'll gladly do your logo for you. But free.
I got an idea.
Look what I got.
Oh, you decided to go to the dark side.
Well, actually,
It's a good price right now. I can't blame anyone.
it's number 2.
Oh, okay. All right. It makes for a great vlogging camera. I still, to this day, after all the what's been a year and a half now since it came out, I still don't see it as an action camera, like a good, really good. It's great for maybe moderate stuff, but like its field of view just isn't wide enough to really film yourself really doing anything hardcore with it. Besides that, I think it's great.
Yeah, it does a great job of like time lapse and stuff. Like I've got a GoPro mount on the hood of my pickup.
Yeah.
And I'll stick it on there and I'll drive down the road and I'll do time lapse stuff with it. Things like that. Its underwater capabilities are phenomenal.
And it's got a removable lens, which the GoPro 8 does not.
Right. You can change
The
that
GoPro
out and
7
put
did. Now,
filters on it.
the GoPro 7 versus the Osmo Action, I still actually like the 7 better than the Osmo Action. The 8, I like better. However, there's things about the 8 I dislike a lot. The Action has grown on me considerably. If you ever saw my original reviews about it, and I was doing side-by-side snowboarding with it, it failed on so many aspects then. It's had some updates, which has fixed a lot of that. However, I still see it like it's the perfect camera to go to Disneyland with,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, or like I said, moderate kind of stuff.
Oh, he said Disneyland.
It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small, small world after all.
No, that way. There we go, Steve. All right, did you just get some new voice changes?
You got to remember, Art. For 2 weeks, we had the project that was only going to be a year, and we got delayed so long that Disney California Adventure, Downtown Disney, the Grand California Hotel were being built. So I was there 2 weeks shy of 5 years. And every time you walk what they call backstage behind that, and that song plays, you have nightmares the whole long for the next 24 to 48 hours. And when you have to work inside the building and that thing is going on and on and on.
This is what I got, Sean.
You know how weird that looks with your green screen still like showing just the corner of a house in that weird angle?
Yeah, that's a Tascam.
Woo. Which one is the Tascam what?
Tascam US 32.
Nice. I have been waiting since March for the Blackmagic Mini to come back in stock because I started doing all those live shows every night for a while, and I wanted to have better cameras all set up so you get all these different angles. And now I have to get one before Kelly comes up here for SpinDown in September because I've just come up with an idea. I think it would be so cool because if you guys are familiar with my studio up in the front, that way is where the actual tattoo room is. I can clean it out. We have this awesome brick wall, sort of like that one, but without all the spackle, and set up a live thing that Friday night in the studio with everyone invited. Like anyone who's there early before dinner, all come up and be in the lobby and hang out. And maybe we can interview people like live, like have you, Art, come back, talk just for 5 minutes about your channel. Then Mel, come back, talk about your channel. Steve, come back, talk about how you gave me a Skydio. Because you don't do a channel, do you?
Oh, I do my live streams. I do Sunset live streams.
You have a live stream on yours? I never noticed.
Well, I don't do it all. It's whenever the sun's out. Like it was raining this morning.
It was raining this morning here too. I was going to go out and film, and I have been slammed busy. This week has been crazy.
Oh, that's good.
Uh-oh. It rebooted.
I need the.
What we got? What rebooted?
He had just updated his smart controller.
Update complete, 100%. That's amazing.
Now the question is, will it turn on?
Will it work? Well, it powered up.
That's a good sign.
Not that you can see it with the bright light shining against it, but now I need to go turn the drone on and to test the the rest of it. I'll be right back.
You guys want to see something funny?
Yeah. So now we got the dates for SpinDown.
Yep, I called Kelly yesterday before his live show, and as of now, that date is available. We just have to pay the money and lock it in real quick before someone else gets it.
Cool.
I have a question for you.
Yep.
Now, I'm a native Californian, but as you know, I used to ski a lot in Mammoth and High. When you're talking the end of September, being in Colorado, and I've been there before, there's a damn good chance you're going to have snow.
I wouldn't say a damn good chance. There's a damn good chance we're going to have some nice yellow and orange leaves, though, for everyone to fly around.
Oh, that'll be good.
Gorgeous stuff.
The change of season. It really is that late? Even then?
Yeah.
I thought you guys got a little earlier.
Yeah, usually towards the end of September. I've seen it as early as September 18th in the 3 years. So I've only lived here 3 years. So up in the mountains, it actually tends to kick in quicker than down, I think, in Denver and stuff.
Yeah.
Because of the altitude.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, we're at like 9,200 feet up here. So some of you might not want to sleep up there. You might
thinking about it.
Why wouldn't you want to sleep up there?
Oh, I don't know. Some people can't sleep very good at high altitude.
People have altitude sickness.
So my suggestion, and I'm going to make a video about it, is you drink a lot of water the week before you come up here.
Right.
And
caffeine.
Stay away from liquor. You get drunk easier up here. So like if you 2 beers can give you a buzz versus 4 beers.
It's a cheaper drunk I'm going to become, I guess.
Kind of like being on an airplane.
Yep, exactly, Mel.
Because you're pressurized at 9,000 feet.
Well, no, they're pressurized to 5,000 feet, Steve.
Okay.
Not 9,000, the most commercial aircraft.
Really? Okay, so that's the same as here then. So yeah,
that's all my flying around we ever did. It was always to 9,000 feet.
Well, 10,000 feet is the legal limit per supplemental oxygen. So I wouldn't think that they would pressurize to that altitude.
Yeah, 12,000 feet if you're above it for, what is it?
10,000.
5 minutes.
So someone in the chat should Google that and find that out.
Yeah.
That's a pretty interesting fact. I've never even thought of that before.
Oh,
but go ahead, Mark.
Okay, somebody said my mic volume is a little low. How do I sound? Do I sound good?
I don't think you're too low.
You sound
okay,
good.
Four-eyed canine said, "Hey, Bill, Metro Drones, welcome to the show. Hey, Bill." And for those people just getting in, here is my tip jar. If you like to support the channel, you like what's going on here, here's the link to my tip jar.
Yeah, I stand corrected. 6 to 8,000. They've dropped it then.
No, I was studying for my pilot's license I was 18. So 42 years ago, and it was 10,000 feet then.
Yeah.
So, and the pilot of non-pressurized aircraft, like small planes, like your regular Cessna and Cherokee and whatnot, the pilot's required to utilize supplemental oxygen above 10,000 feet at any moment, and it's required to be available for passengers above 12,000 feet at any moment. But above 10,000, the pilot's required to wear it. And usually commercial aircraft and everything is, now the military, they pressurize to 9,000 feet usually.
Yeah.
But the general transportation public aircraft are pressurized to 5,000 feet normally.
Yeah, because they're saying 6 to 8,000 depending on the altitude.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, because my friend who builds planes, he restores and builds aircraft.
Wow.
In fact, he's got a supplemental oxygen tanks on board because he's flying it. In fact, that's the plane this is his last plane that he restored.
Wow.
That'd be
He
cool.
he took it to Oshkosh, and Vintage Magazine did a whole shot of him over there in his plane and everything. It's unbelievable. 10 years from when he first got the first frame till he finally completed it here last year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, so basically drink a lot of water before you come.
Right.
I think we're going to try to get a block of room for 2 nights. So for that Friday night and Saturday night. So from what we are working out so far, this is the tentative schedule, is whoever shows up early will be early enough to come in. The studio's big enough to get a good 20 people or more in here.
Define early. What time on Friday are you wanting to do that studio?
I don't know. I got to work that out with Kelly because I figured it'd be an hour or 2, depending on how many people, so that everyone can have time to be online. I assume we'll go through his channel because he's got a bigger following than I do.
Yeah.
And that way more people can be seen. And that's just a way to have 2 channels running simultaneously. That could be sort of cool too.
You can.
Oh.
You can stream, like with my vMix program, for example, I could stream to 3 YouTube channels all at once.
Okay. Kelly probably knows more about that than I will. So I'll talk to him about that. I think that would be pretty cool. And then, so if everyone meets for dinner around 6 or so, then I would imagine we do the live thing around 4. If it's at 7 or 8, we meet for dinner, which is getting a little late, I think, to eat. Because, people hang out for a while. So if we start at 8, we're going to be there till midnight. If we start at 6, or 7, we might be there till 10. So that would be the Friday. Everyone just hanging out, and the next day there's a block of rooms at this Best Western. I think it's going to be somewhere between $80 and $100 per room. So it's really not that bad, especially considering that if you open your front door, there's a lake and mountains right out your front door. So the location's pretty awesome. And then you can just walk across the street to the gazebo area, which I've sent Kelly a lot of pictures to show. I don't think.
Yeah, you showed it. You showed it in the your one video. You flew all around it when you almost took out the drone into the gazebo.
That is the exact place that we'll all be sitting, which is nice because it has a. Have you seen that one, Mel?
Yes.
Yeah. So it has a big grassy area in front of it, and it's covered. So I don't think we got to worry about rain so much, although we still do get rain in September sometimes, Steve. It could be snow in the mountains, though. It could.
Yeah.
But if it snows, the good thing is it's still early enough in the season. It's not going to stick on the ground. You're not going to need snow tires. Everyone should be able to drive their own cars. It shouldn't be a big deal.
Mel went live.
And then basically we're just hanging out, flying, and there's a big oversized grill on the premises, so we'll probably have burgers, and we'll probably buy all the food and supply it for everybody. I think Kelly's talked about there might be in a small fee just to cover.
So it's working.
Yep.
Yeah, I can
Chris
see
is on there. I'm on there. Tim's on there. T-Bird's there.
What you got? Did they make it so you could live stream off of it or something?
Yep.
He's broadcasting Art's stream off his computer through his drone to his website.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, and I just finally got it loaded on mine end over here, so now I see it. So yeah, the drone is photographing my big screen, which
Sean Geekvana saying hello and testing.
Wendell Live, hey.
Yeah. Steve Mack. It's funny.
Copyright violation? Greg says it's a copyright violation because I'm rebroadcasting Art's
give him
show.
Permission, Art.
Yeah, you got permission, man. You got my permission.
Oh, muchas gracias. Okay, so now I know that works again, and that's Sean.
Yeah.
It's from the smart controller.
Are you going to bring that with you, Mel?
You're assuming I'm coming.
Yeah, you said you were. I thought you just asked me what time Friday, like you wanted to be here for the live show.
Well, I do want to be there, but I'm going to stop that live stream because now I know it works, so it doesn't matter. So everybody that was in my chat, thank you very much for checking that out and confirming that everything works.
And hit the thumbs up button.
Well, Sean, if I'm able to come, yes, absolutely, I will bring it.
Excellent.
Wait, you don't have one, do you? A smart
I don't.
controller?
I
And
don't.
weren't you one of the guys that said you really wanted one really bad?
No.
Bring it. Oh, okay.
I
Wait, you don't.
I was one of the guys that wasn't even fond of the new design of the Mavic Air 2 controller at first. That was my biggest downside, is it was so much bigger, and I was like, and then I flew with it, and I was like, okay, I like it.
Well,
Yeah,
the
it
good
is.
thing is,
It's nice. It's nice.
the good thing is this is basically the exact same design.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have.
See, ooh, the way you're holding it right now, that's how I want it. See the screen on top and the thumbsticks at the bottom?
That's the way it should be, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm thinking too, but
That's the
no,
way they used to make them, like the Blade
didn't come that way.
and some of the other ones. They used to have the screens always on the top. Yeah. So I
It will soon work with the Mavic Air 2. That I promise you guys, it will soon.
I wouldn't be surprised if on a redesign of that, like, because from what I hear, it's pretty perfect the way it is, right? However, imagine how are they going to sell another one if it's the same exact design, but if all of a sudden the big difference is the screen is on top, everyone's going to buy it all over again.
Well,
that would hurt their feelings.
I'm not so sure that they should do it that way, honestly, because if you hold it like this, now you got nothing to hang on to.
Yeah, but they might have to redesign the ergonomics.
So I'm thinking keep the ergonomic back. I kind of like that. Okay.
Right.
But put the sticks over here. So make it a little bit wider.
Oh.
And put the sticks over here.
Like the Typhoon.
Beside the screen, so that you get what I'm saying. That way it's all balanced. And
let me show you something here. Typhoon.
You've got a good grip onto it, and the sticks will just be to like where your thumbs are now, resting up on the edge.
Sure, just about like that.
Yeah.
That would be, and make it a little bit wider so you'd have room for the sticks to be there, but that would be ideal.
And then you could buy the what is it, the 7.5-inch model screen.
Then they could put the 7.5-inch screen in it. Yeah, that would be super cool.
Okay, I'm going to share some art. You okay with me sharing something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, there you go. Take a look at that. Boom. That was done a long time ago by Unique.
Okay, well, we don't see nothing.
Oh, okay.
Are you sharing it?
I thought I was.
Okay.
Art didn't share it yet. He's got to.
No.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, Greg, I sent you want to hop in.
I was going to mention the Unique controller, but you know, I have a hard time pronouncing anything other than DJI.
That's pretty funny.
But
yes,
no,
Unique,
that layout to me is phenomenal.
And I've flown Uniques. You know, like these came out. I was doing the hobby for probably a year or two before Unique came out with that Typhoon H. And let me say, for those of you who are not familiar with the Typhoon H,
and I've heard that thing is so undependable. It's
it's the same as all the other Unique stuff was. Some days it's amazing, and some days it sucked.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, you know, like they. I mean, they're ahead of the game on many things and behind in many other things. For example, the Blade Chroma was basically Unique, even though that was branded from Horizon Hobbies.
Right.
Then Unique also had some other one before the Typhoon H. I forget what they called it. It might have been a Typhoon something else. I can't. It's been a while, so I don't remember. But they're just like DJI at the time. I think it was the DJI 1 and 2, and the 3 is when things started changing a bit. But there was a lot of flyaways back then. I don't know how long you guys were flying drones. If you were flying them for the DJI 1.
No, I didn't have a 1 or a 2. My first DJI drone was a Phantom 3 standard.
Okay, and that was the one that started really pushing Lightbridge, and I think it came with its own camera.
Lightbridge was in the Phantom 4.
No, Lightbridge.
The Phantom 3, maybe the Phantom 3 Advanced or Pro had Lightbridge. The 3 had standard was Wi-Fi.
Okay, yeah. Well, the other models, the 3 had Lightbridge because the Phantom 4 is started doing the OcuSync, and the Mavic started doing OcuSync. And that's what made me want to switch over to the Phantom 4, is because I was like, oh my God, it's so stable. Look at this connection. It blew my mind. Lightbridge was pretty mind-blowing too compared to Wi-Fi, because everything was Wi-Fi prior to Lightbridge. Everything.
Yeah. Lightbridge was amazing compared to Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was leaps and bounds. So it's like now with OcuSync 2. You know, it's leaps and bounds ahead of what it used to be against just regular Wi-Fi, without a doubt.
I'm working on a test about OcuSync 1 versus 2, so we'll see if one goes further. Connection. Just a little teaser. I haven't finished filming it yet, but I don't want to say which is which, but I have a feeling that it's going to be closer than we think.
So
we got someone from down under. We've got Greg Kunert.
So the smart controller and the Mavic Air, the Mavic Pro, the Mavic 2 series,
I got a
Mavic 2 Pro.
now all of a sudden.
The Mavic 2 series are OcuSync 1, right? Or are they OcuSync 2?
The Mavic Pro is OcuSync 1.
That's what I thought.
Yep. And then the Mavic Pro 2 is OcuSync 2.
Okay, that's what I thought. So the Mavic Pro Platinum is OcuSync 1 then also.
It should be, yes.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
Correct. That's what I want to make sure.
The Spark, the Mini, the Air 1, all Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's right.
Hello, Greg.
Hey, Greg. Thanks
G'day.
for tuning in.
Can I just ask, what is Enstrom Almond Toffee trivia still going across there?
It's been eaten.
It's called advertising.
Whoa. Zinger.
Yeah, I'm going to try to actually, Sean, to make it a road trip to go up there for SpinDown.
Nice, dude.
My wife May, she has nothing to do in Texas, but we talk about the mountains. Now that's another story.
Yeah.
So she may come along with this, and we make it a road trip and go take a week or so to go up there. Take a day and a half to get up there and get there, and then spend some time.
Oh, coming from where you're coming, you'll go through Vegas, drive across.
Yeah.
And that drive on I-70 through Utah, if you've never done it, is beautiful.
Oh, I've done it several times.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
15 to 70 in Utah. Yeah, that's a real nice drive.
The one of the wildest trips I ever made, and this was back. Oh God, I was taking my sister back to. Actually, we were going to Minnesota, and I hit that grade going through there, and it was nothing but slate ice. I'm watching vehicles just slide. Semi-tractor trailers going down in the ravine, going down on the 15 before you take the cutoff there. Now, I had four-wheel drive, but it didn't matter. Four-wheel drive, if it's ice, you're going to slide like everybody else. But the funniest thing I saw, a guy was towing with a regular pickup truck an old military Jeep. He stopped, unhitched the Jeep, put the Jeep in front of the truck, threw a hitch on it, and used the Jeep to tow it across the rest of the way.
Yeah, I'm actually working on editing some videos that has a lot of drone footage from that flight I went with the family last year for spring break out to Vegas and then down to Magic Mountain. And I never edited all the video together. So I'm putting together these vlogs, and then I'm going to go back and look at them and say, okay, does it make sense that a lot of people are still in quarantine, yet I'm posting out a Six Flags Magic Mountain video?
That's the ideal time to do it.
Right? Like, wait, what? How do you get that?
Exactly.
It's beautiful country. Yeah. Beautiful country.
I think we might actually have a decent turnout, like a lot of people, the fear of the thing is starting to go away a little bit. Everybody was so scared to even leave their house for the longest time. And I think this boy. Not this boy. That's good.
I went to work every day. I went to the grocery store. I did what I had to do.
That's the way it should have been. And everybody, I think if anything should come from this, kids should just learn to wash their hands better and not blow boogers on the other kids. Right?
Even 50-year-old ones. 30-year-old kids, some of them kids that are out of diapers now,
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think we might
And
have
even
a
some
good
of the kids
turnout.
that are back into diapers, maybe too.
Oh
I
God,
don't know.
no, I'm not looking forward to that day.
I don't want to know about your fetishes, Mel.
You know, only Greg can take a topic and turn it on someone.
Well,
Almost as though, it's always the guy that farts is the one that smells it first. It's always that guy that makes the first accusation. Greg.
You got to try and turn it around. Nice try. But Art absolutely had to do that. He loves that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Greg back in his acting days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
I'm a little bit more reflective now.
Yeah, now he doesn't use the glue-on hair quite so often.
Yeah.
I do feel, Steve, that we're going to have a decent amount of people that might come up here to Colorado, to the mountains.
I think so.
One, it's a beautiful area. Two, people are going to be jonesing to get out and do something. And three, it's going to be a lot cheaper than the regular SpinUp.
Yeah.
There's no tickets, right? I mean, it's just come and pay for your hotel room or what?
Pretty much. I think there's going to be something if, like, we're going to barbecue. Kelly might do
The
10
food.
or 20 bucks or something like that, just
Okay.
so we don't totally out. Because the place we're booking, I think it's like $400 or $600 for us to book that to hold that gazebo so no one else can use it. So that's why he was thinking throw in 10, 20 bucks so everybody at least covered.
Yeah.
It's not straight out of our pocket 100%. So, and I'm sure we're not going to be, I would imagine we're not going to be super adamant about that. Like, that's up to Kelly. I'm not stealing his thing. I'm just helping him with it. And so he gets the last say on if there's.
Well, if I can come, I certainly will.
Yeah, and I don't think even if so, I mean, it's going to cost the same as having a burger and some chips.
Because it's just a day drive for me. So.
Oh, that's awesome. That's not bad at all.
Well, no, that's because I drive for a living. I can leave here at daybreak and be in Denver tonight. No problem.
Yeah. Where are you coming from?
West Arkansas.
Okay.
So it's 1,000 miles probably. I don't even know how far it is. Let me see.
Alexa.
What's your town?
Drive 1,000 miles and Mel could drive 1,000.
Dillon, Colorado.
Yep.
Fort Smith, Arkansas to Dillon.
Yep.
It's about 14 hours for me.
It says 877 miles, and it says 13 hours. So I could leave here in the morning and be in Dillon, Colorado for supper that day.
You know what? Let me show a picture. Let me get a picture real quick of the lake so people can see.
That's beautiful.
You rat bastard. I've seen your range tests over that lake.
You like that, don't you?
God.
You know what's nice is I can go out and just make a video, and the video can suck, and it's still beautiful.
And by the way, I need to talk to you on the phone about something. Because I don't have the resources in my area to create what I'm wanting to do. So I need to talk to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Did we ever swap phone numbers? Have I got your phone number?
No. If not, shoot me an email on the old Facebook, and I'll shoot it over to you.
By the way, Mel, how many hours did you say it was?
Say again, Greg?
How many hours did you say it was?
Well, according to just a quick Google search, it's 13 and a half or 13.7 or something.
Which is the flight time to come to Australia. So those that don't go with you can come over here and they can really spin upside down.
Yeah, but that 800 miles I can do on about $130 or $150 in fuel. And I can't do that for a flight to Australia for $150.
Come on, frequent flyer miles. You must have some saved up.
All right. So you guys can see the picture of the lake in the chat room. If you look very carefully there in the lake, you'll see the marina with all the boats out. Okay. I've made a lot of videos there, but if you see the little parking lot, if you follow that up around the right bend, you can't really, let me see if I can blow it up a little bit. Okay. Go bigger.
Do that.
Is that bigger? Okay.
Yeah.
So right around the right bin on the corner. Can you see my mouse whenever I'm doing this? Can you see
Yep.
that?
Yeah. Now we
Okay.
can.
Okay, so right there is an amphitheater. Boom, right? And then right next to that right here is a little kids park and that big gazebo and that big open area there. So we'll be all stashing here, and the hotel is right there. Right there.
Oh,
in that-
wow.
You can walk right up there. So for $100 a night tops, 80 to 100 is what it's going to cost. You'll be able to open your front door, and there's nothing between you and that lake except a road. So you can fly right from there and just take off. And that island that you saw, Mel, take a look. You see it out there?
I see it.
That's the island you can see right there. That's the little gap that was like, oh, whoa, look at the clouds reflecting in it. And that's about 2 miles from that spot right there.
Wow.
Yeah. So I usually will fly from here to over here, no problem. And then I went over to here, and I couldn't believe a Mavic Air 1 was still actually getting a signal to here.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I was mind blown. But the Air 2, I decided to just keep going because there's a spot. Like, we don't have to all do this. If everyone stays Saturday night and some people want to meet up Sunday, I can bring you to other spots, secret spots. Like, there's some cool spots right over here that you can park, and you can actually fly right over all this stuff from here, no problem. Over here, there is a hospital that has a helipad. So if you're over in this town, then technically you're supposed to, call them and say, hey, we're going to be flying. But through here, there's no restrictions. So that's pretty nice. That's why we thought this would be a good area.
So you're on the west side of the Eisenhower Tunnel then?
Yes, I am. I'm right past the Eisenhower Tunnel. I'm the first exit past the Eisenhower Tunnel.
Okay, I know exactly where that's at.
Let me see. There's another picture here. There you go.
I'm Google Earthing all this right now.
That's
okay.
Buffalo.
So there is.
In the video that they posted with Ed Ricker and Kelly freezing their asses off up on top there.
Oh no, that's not. That's Loveland Pass. I'll show you a picture of that in just a second.
They were Loveland Pass.
Yep.
And I'm going to check with this eatery right here called Dylan Dam Brewery and see if they have a big enough area for us to all sit down and eat at. I think that would be a good site.
There's the amphitheater. Okay.
And let me see, Loveland Pass.
Kind of like what Kelly had set up.
Yeah.
Now, are you talking about that little island, Sentinel Island?
You broke up, Mel. I couldn't hear you.
Are you talking about Sentinel Island?
Yeah, I have no idea what that little island is
or
called.
Summit Island?
I have no idea. I didn't know they had names.
They have names, my friend.
I did not know that.
So from the amphitheater to the edge of Sentinel Island is 1.94 miles, and to the edge of the main edge of Summit Island, which is the bigger of the islands, is 2.03 miles.
Okay, that's probably the one that I hit then because it was pretty far.
No, I'm okay. Looking at that image you were just showing,
let me find it again.
On the left-hand side of that gap that you saw the reflection through, the left-hand side, the island is Summit Island. The right-hand side of that gap, as you were viewing it from the marina, is Sentinel Island.
So this little where the arrow is now is Sentinel? Or are you talking about over here to the right?
I can't see. It's not big enough on the screen.
You have to blow it up, Sean.
Click on the picture again, Sean.
I've got it blown up as much as it'll let me.
No. It'll click on it and it'll make it larger.
Oh, it's not showing for you guys the way it is.
Yeah, you did.
I did. Hold on, let me try again.
There, click that. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it still
Did that
didn't go
work?
big. No.
Why is it doing that? What the? Okay, hold on. What? Okay, hold on. I know what the problem is.
Do you?
I think so. Open. Stupid thing keeps opening in a new tab, and so
then you got to share the new tab.
So that's what the problem is. So I'm sitting here blowing it up, and you guys are saying it's not getting bigger, and I'm like, what?
You got to share the new tab.
I'm working on it, Steve. I'm working on it.
Okay.
How about that?
Art's got to share it now.
Is that bigger now to everybody?
Yeah. There we go.
There you go.
All righty.
So this is the island that I flew around. If you can see
that is Sentinel Island.
This whole thing is?
Yes.
Then this is a small island to the right here.
And that is actually not an island. That is all connected. Those are peninsulas at Heaton Bay. And then
way back here, there's another island. That one's way.
That's not well. There are little bitty islands back there, but it's all part of the mainland.
So supposedly this island here, Mel, is some kind of wildlife preserve.
That looks like, well, it's kind of funny. Summit is not even an island; it's a peninsula that's connected to the mainland when you zoom out.
Well,
but that
goes, when the water goes down, connects to the mainland.
Sentinel Island is that middle one there in the middle. It looks like, according to Google Earth.
Yeah, it is. And then that other one is called Crown Point.
See, I'm actually trying to Google it too, because if I can see it down.
Well, just Google Dillon, Arkansas, or Dillon, Colorado, and it'll put you right there at the lake. And then if you click on Tools in the Google menu, you can use the ruler, and you can click on the amphitheater and then move your mouse to any of those locations, and it will give you the range in feet or miles or whatever you select.
All right, so yeah, Sentinel Island is the one that you saw in the video.
Right.
And Fishhook Island is another one. There's a bunch of little ones that don't seem to have.
A bunch of little ones, yeah.
Those are the ones that I've mostly been on when we take like kayaks out and stuff. But yeah,
cool.
But it's a cool area, you know. I think it would be really cool for the people that come. They should enjoy themselves. It should be a fun time, you know, sitting around just chilling, very informal.
I think so. I think Greg ought to come.
Yeah,
I gotta go fill my coffee cup. I'll be right back.
You know, I'm debating the idea of maybe putting together some on-hands kind of classes or something, like, or on-hand kind of.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that before.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a test run, you know, see if it goes well. Because if it does, then we could make next SpinUp actually have that instead of just people speaking. Like maybe somebody's interested in 360 cameras. I could sit down and talk your ear off it for hours and teach you everything about them, you know, or something to do with some drone moves. Drone editing. Maybe there's a little conference center in that hotel. Maybe we could set up a class. You know, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I had a chat to Kelly when he was first planning the SpinUp this year and doing. I haven't chatted to him recently, but is it still planned that there will be a free component that's on YouTube with some other more intimate? Yeah, I just haven't had a chance to catch up with him.
That'll be 2 weeks prior to SpinDown. So SpinDown will be the 2 weeks after SpinUp. So SpinUp will be in Austin. I'm flying out to Austin to hang out with him, and I think so far we have Kelly, myself, and Ken Herring confirmed to hang out in the studio, and then a lot of people are going to do live broadcast in as well. And then 2 weeks later, we'll go to Colorado and have this just hangout meetup.
I put the link in the chat there, so you can look at, and all the information's in there.
There you go. Are you? Let's see. I'll see if. I think Sean, are you a moderator? I think you're a moderator, so you should be able to post the link in there.
No, I don't have
I just put it in. Art.
Oh, okay, great.
But Art, I don't have a wrench.
Oh. Yes.
What was that? You don't have a wrench, Sean?
No, I got a bunch from at home. I just don't have one on Art's channel.
So basically, you're saying, Sean, that you're the only one here who's not a tool.
There you go. I like that.
Ooh, that was well stated, Greg. Well done.
Yeah, I like that.
Now, I think the only time where you have to pay is I understand from Kelly that DJI is going to have a bunch of prizes there, but instead of giving you the physical prize, you're going to get a coupon. And then you take that coupon and you can redeem it for whatever prize you want. So from what I understand, he's saying that everything in their line is going to be in the coupons.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that Matrice 300.
was
Yeah.
about to say, yeah.
I think you're working out.
I can just see it now. Mel is going to say, that bastard Art, he won that big prize again.
And I'm not going to be eligible yet again because I'm going to be hosting the damn thing.
And I'll be the one. Oh, I win again.
Yeah, you're like, hey, John, no. I get the art sooner or later. I got to try it at least once.
Yeah.
But that is going to be for the SpinUp event, not the SpinDown event, where he's going
right. That's why. Okay.
Him and I haven't talked about if there's going to be any prizes or anything at SpinDown since he's flying in. Probably not. It's probably going to be just a bunch of guys hanging out that are obsessed with YouTube, drones, and cameras. You know.
Speaking of Kelly, though, just an early announcement. He's going to be on my show next weekend. We're doing a global fly-in, so anyone who's got a DJI drone or whatever, send your RTMP in, and you can fly live on my channel and on his at the same time. So it'll be simulcast on both.
What time is that and what day?
It's Friday.
It's going to be Friday, your time, but it's going to be earlier than the normal time that I do my show. I just don't know exactly what time. I got to have a chat to Kelly, and we'll kind of sync that up.
See, my problem is the reason you guys rarely see me pop on anybody's live streams is because I'm usually working. Otherwise, you see, as soon as I can, I jump in to hang out with everybody. But it's difficult.
Oh, by the way. I never got the burger with the cheese and the fries with the ranch dressing, Sean.
I ate it for you. It was pretty good.
Did you say the wrench dressing? It's because he hasn't got a wrench.
I just gave him a wrench.
I do have
a tool, Sean.
If you're okay with Art, I would like to share a very funny comment that I got on YouTube today.
Okay.
And maybe share the video that it was from because it's very short, but it's very funny.
Okay.
I
know how to do all this stuff, so go ahead. I'll make it big.
Okay. So this is my behind the scenes for anybody who's not familiar with the way YouTube looks, that's still working on their own channels. And you can see this second channel here, this Xavier guy said, dude, that's extremely disgusting. You should go to jail for that. And you can see here on the right, it says drone spying a girl in shower. And I said, yeah, right. Your stage comedy is a great reason to go to jail. I'm with you 200%. You can't freak out when someone gives you a weird or nasty comment. You got to learn to let that stuff roll off your back because you're going to get them. If you're making a YouTube channel, it happens a lot. Well, or at least every now and then. I think anyone here that's been trying to get their channel going would be able to confirm that. But let me share with you guys the video. And this is a very old video. It's from early 2017, I think, or I probably filmed it in late 2016.
Uh-huh.
And it's got this particular version of it has 135,000 views. And then I have another version of it that has almost 1 million views. And this is just the short version. It's just the comedy. This is sort of what I like to do with YouTube, and I don't do it as much as I'd like to. Hopefully, I'll be able to do it more soon. But let me know when it's in the window, and I'll hit play.
Okay, it's there. Go ahead, hit play.
Let's make it bigger. Hold on. Is that better? Oh, screwing all up, everybody. I'm messing it all up. I'm a novice. Okay. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Just click on the screen. There you go.
I remember this.
It's all about the music and sound effects.
I like the wig.
That's the boner noise. All right.
So basically, you're the reason we've got drone registration and all of these newspapers claiming we're all a bunch of perverts.
No, that's why I made the video though, because I first got into the drones way before the Mavic, and every time I was somewhere, I'd be flying it at a park. Dads would be there with their kids. And the dads would come up and be like, "Oh, that thing's cool! Wow, what? Tell me about it." And then they start talking about it, and they go, "Oh, can I spy on my neighbor with it? Like if my girlfriend was if somebody was in the shower, can I see?" I was like, "You're a scumbag." So everybody thought that of us. So I made this parody, and the full video right after the towel hits it is actually I go into what does the drone actually see and not see at 10 feet away from the window, 50 feet away from the window, 100 feet away from the window. From inside the window, you can see, can you see the drone? Can you hear the drone? Can the drone actually see you? Are you a dot? And I break every rumor that everybody has about us spying on people in the shower.
I did something similar a while back. There was a news program over here where they were sensationalizing and doing similar shower scenes to that. And this was a news program. And then I got the shits with them, and I went out into a park and I said, well, 30-meter rule. What are you actually going to see 30 meters away if we're going to film? And I had my Phantom 4 Pro at the time filming with that and the dot. And then I compared their footage right next to it. And I said, well, it's got nothing to do with people flying legally. It's the ones that are flying illegally. So stop going and saying we should be registering our drones and all of this kind of crap. Because the bad guys are not going to register.
And even if they do, it's not going to stop them from flying 10 feet over someone's house.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm overdue to make a new video update showing that. But the problem now is we have the Mavic Zoom, which could actually spy a little bit if they wanted to.
True.
Because it does what does it do? 4 times.
Don't say that.
It doesn't to me. It doesn't at all.
Can you mute him, please? There we go. That's better. You've never sounded better, Sean. Anyway.
The one that's got the zoom lens on it is old Jim Boyd on his Matrice.
Yeah.
He took that out there, and we were online just chatting, and he brought up a bunch of video footage where he shows how far away he is to where he zooms in to where he's got a TV in the back of his vehicle. And he's just going in and in and in and in and in. And I mean, it's unbelievable the power that he has on that bird with that camera.
Most people can't afford those.
Yeah,
you're right.
Let's just face it, right? At the end of the day, if you want to go and spy on someone, it doesn't necessarily need to be a camera in the air. You can still do it. Forget the phone, a telephoto lens, right? You can already go and stick it out your window and point it to your neighbors and try and... People don't do that, you know?
Yeah. What is the new one? The new one, the Galaxy 20 has like, 40 times zoom or something?
Yeah.
And it's in your pocket already. And they're worried about this noisy thing in the air. Oh.
Yeah, 30 time. Thank you, Jim. 30 time optical zoom.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, it's crazy. If you go to his site and watch the video he's got up there, post a link for that in there, Jim, if you could.
You know, Steve, if somebody's got the money and the time and the patience to do that just to try to spy in someone's backyard, because they're still not going to see in a window.
No.
Fuck it, let them. You know?
Jim's filming construction sites. So
yeah.
Now,
just out of interest to share with you the law in Australia about drones and photography and all of that kind of stuff. Many years ago, there was a, I can't remember if it was TV or radio station that wanted to get the rights to a tennis match, I think it was. And the people who owned the tennis match wanted to charge them more than they were willing to pay. So they booked a hotel room right next door to the stadium and looked down over the top of it and broadcast the match. And the people who owned the tournament took it to court. And the judge said, sir, if you wish to retain privacy around your event, build a bigger fence. And that's been the precedent in Australia ever since. That
wow, good.
In terms of Photography, drones in particular, it's been used for drone examples. You've got to create your own privacy. Someone who is legally in a place where they are legally allowed to be can legally photograph.
Good.
Yep.
Let's hear that.
The way it should be.
Having said that, don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Don't be a wanker.
Sorry, did I just get you demonetized?
Not my time. So.
Dick is a guy's name, so that's okay.
Okay.
I think that's all right.
No, I'm looking forward to SpinDown. That'll be cool.
Yeah,
A different area. Well, yeah, you are. You only have to drive a short bit.
About an hour and a half, I think.
I think I'll drive up to Dillon.
Yeah.
Me,
But,
I got to drive the furthest. Mine's going to take me at least 5 minutes.
Yeah, you got to walk from your house to the pavilion.
I'll show up on my skateboard.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm like, that's him.
And then you'll want to see the Skydio live broadcasting following you there. That would be cool.
Does Skydio do live? I've never even looked into that.
Yes, Adrian, we're still on. Oh, and hey, Mel, welcome back.
Oh, thank you, Art. Sorry about that.
So we've been on for over 3 hours here.
Oh, yeah.
Good for you.
It's a marathon.
And you know what? I'm at 24 viewers right now.
That's good.
That's really good.
Yep.
So I think what I'll do is give it another 15 minutes and then we'll call it a show.
Yeah, I might have to leave before that. I just got a text from the old lady saying that I need to pick up pizza on the way home.
Okay. There you
Gee
go.
whiz, Sean.
5-10 minutes, I gotta go.
Every time I'm on with you, that text comes through. Pizza.
Is it something about you, Steve?
It must be. Well, for me, on Friday nights, it's Friday night pizza. So when Matt's show is on, I'll go in and watch that after watching your show or watching them both because now you're overlapping. But I'll be on there and going, well, guys, it's Friday pizza, and taking off. That's just a thing that we have. We've had it for decades. We do it. That's our getaway night.
But I got to ask Sean something.
Uh-oh.
Now, does she call and order the pizza?
Yeah, she's going to call and order. So I just stop home.
There you go.
Oh.
Well, Sean, they have this thing called an app.
Yeah, she does.
You can do it online too. That's what I do. I've got Papa John's already.
Sean's got it down to a fine art. I watched him deliver a love note to his girlfriend once.
Oh yeah,
via drone.
That video should have done so much better than it has.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that one, Greg?
Yeah, the tampon one. Yeah.
The drone delivers the tampon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was
hilarious. Tampon delivered. She puts a note on the drone, and then I get it back and it says "in chocolate."
I think the key word is tampon. That kind of goes. Nope, watching that.
I think I just need a different thumbnail. Maybe I need.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. That link we were talking about, Jim posted it in there, guys. He posted the link up there. You can check it out when he was doing the power line safety check. Nice. Check it out. It's a great video.
For those who do own a Mavic Zoom or something like that, Zoom capabilities, and if you are going to come to Dillon, I would recommend bringing that one over any other drone you have, because zooming in on these mountains makes a world of difference on how they come out. There's just something about there's a word for it. There's a parallel
framing.
No, it's beyond that.
Perspective.
There's another word where you have multiple layers of things. Yeah, that's it. Boom, Art, nailed it. So you'll get this motion, and when you zoom in right, if you don't zoom in, the mountains look like little tiny little things in your camera. But if you're getting in there on a zoom, they actually come across sort of more what they look like in real life, and then you'll get this parallax of the other ones moving behind it as you do like these crazy orbits, and it gives all this crazy motion from the flat ground to the mountain, the next mountain behind it, the next mountain behind it, and it's incredible.
When are they going to come up with the ability to create the 3D effect?
Oh, well,
When
you'll
you've
have
got two cameras.
two drones flying side by side, and you get a 3D effect.
Which one is
Almost.
which one is the one where they actually got two cameras on it? I remember
Oh, there's several that
one that came out in the last 6 months.
A drone or a
would be
camera?
the M300.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't the M300. It was something else.
Well, they got an M210 version 2 or whatever. That any of the
Wasn't a
Matrice,
Matrice. No, it was something
all of
else.
those will carry two cameras. Actually, they'll carry three if you do them right. But
No, there was another one. I can't remember. It was another consumer drone that had a two-camera option for doing 3D.
Inspired?
Wasn't a DJI one. It was something else.
Oh,
well, the Autel came out with a dual lens, but one's a FLIR.
That wasn't it then.
Insta360 has a dual lens camera that I think does something like that, but that's not a drone.
Anyway,
Yeah, you have, in order to get the true 3D, though, you have to have the left and right channel in the video, and that makes it a little more difficult. You can take any video speed and turn it into 3D if you can separate the left and right channel. And that's doable in, with computer chips, but I just don't know how you'd make it work with video.
Can I answer? Tim said he's decided he wants to get both the Mavic Air 2 and the Mavic 2 Zoom. And honestly, Tim, I got to tell you, I own both. And if you're on any kind of limited budget, there's really nothing that the Mavic Air 2 does better than the Zoom.
Right.
The Zoom has got, it doesn't do 4K 60. So, unless you're dying for 4K 60 for whatever reason, and if you're posting on YouTube, that really doesn't matter so much. I would just get the Zoom if you're thinking that you want the Zoom. I know a lot of people who have the Zoom and the Mavic 2 Pro, and they fly the Zoom 90% of the time unless they're doing photography only.
Yeah, I bought the Mavic 2 Pro and sold my Mavic 2 Zoom, and I wish I hadn't.
Yeah. And the Mavic 2 Zoom has a 48 megapixel camera mode on it, just like the Mavic Air 2. It's done a different way. It actually zooms in and takes a bunch of pictures, crops it together, and makes a super crisp, detailed 48 megapixel picture that the Mavic 2 Pro cannot do.
Yep.
Yeah, because the video capabilities are just a 12 megapixel.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Gentlemen,
I do wish I still have my Zoom.
It's a
Enjoy the pizza. But I also wish I still had my Phantom 4 Pro, and I wish I still had my Inspire 1 version 2 Pro. There's a lot of drones that I've sold that now I wish I still had.
I sometimes wish I still had my old Blade Chroma. I would probably never. Okay, so the Blade Chroma was the first portable drone that had a beacon, just like the Skydio, and it had a built-in screen on the controller. It had a removable gimbal, just like the which one's doing that?
Autel.
Yeah, and it had removable legs to make it so you could collapse it and take the camera off, the legs off, and turn it into a 3D mode and actually fly it and do flips similar to an FPV drone. Not quite like an FPV drone, but similar. It was ahead of its time. It just didn't have a really strong connection with Wi-Fi. Sorry, I don't mean to get so excited, but that's the ones who met me in person know that's just me. I don't do cocaine. I'm just this way.
He's that way all the time. Don't believe him.
Exactly.
We can vouch for it. In fact, if you go on iSpike's show from SpinUp last year, you'll see the real Sean.
I had a lot of Twizzlers.
Had a lot of what?
Twizzlers.
You know what I got the biggest kick out of watching the videos after SpinUp last year? Was Sean and Ken and I think Ed Ricker.
Ed.
traipsing off through the woods, and
They couldn't.
I think it was Ken saw a worm and started screaming like a girl. Was it bats? I meant worm by snake, but yeah. And you can definitely tell that Ken Dono is a city slicker when it comes to hiking around in the backwoods.
You want to see? I can show you that. I can find that. I bet you I can find that clip.
You better go get your wife's pizza or your ass is grass. It's been about 15 minutes.
No. She's just texted. She said she's about to order it now. Double pepperoni and a cookie brownie.
There you go. The one that was even funnier than that, though, that I have to admit, is when Ed is flying in the garage, and Ken and Sean are standing together back to back, and Ken is screaming like this little girl, going, yeah! And then that's when Spike put on that girl screaming voice on his live broadcast, and he was playing it back over his feed. Oh, Lord, we were hitting the floor. Oh.
That was so funny.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Well, gentlemen, and everybody in chat, gentlemen and ladies, I've got to take off. I thank you for having me on, Art.
Hey,
Mel, good to see you. Greg, good to see you as always. And Sean,
Same to you, Steve.
I'll be getting in contact with you.
All right. I'm going to share this bat scene, and then I got to go.
Oh, yeah.
Sean, hook up with me later, okay? Tonight or tomorrow or something?
Yeah, I'm off of work tomorrow, so tomorrow's good.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me see. So can you see it?
Yep.
Oops, damn it, I made it small. Okay, is that better?
Yep.
There you go. Don't
Okay.
touch anything.
We found the grotto. We did a little exploring.
I would imagine it's GROT looks on video
Okay,
as it does
so-
in real life.
Oh, we've got the audio, too.
Korean people.
Yeah.
There is an upper level, but I don't think we have time to hike
Should
up
be
to
any
that.
second.
And there's the actual cave.
Okay,
No.
so he's exploring.
No scorpions under that.
He's looking
You
for
wanna look at the
snakes and
ones that are, like,
scorpions.
mushed into the dirt more.
Here we go. So he's.
Are you serious? Or are you just acting for the camera?
Oh, okay, here we go.
More.
I am concerned about. Whoa, what is that? Is that a freaking bat?
There's a bat.
Holy Jesus!
There's a bat.
I'm done. I am done.
Are you serious? Or are you just acting for the camera?
No.
It's coming at you. Don't lose your footing. Calm down.
That's a bat. He's out at this hour.
Because he's probably sleeping somewhere over there.
Just one more time. One more time. Let's laugh one more time.
No scorpions under that rock. You want to look at the ones that are like mushed into the dirt more.
I am concerned about. Whoa, what is that? Is that a freaking bat?
There's a bat.
Holy Jesus!
There's a bat.
Look
at this guy.
I'm done. I am
Look at
done.
him run away. Look at him run away. Are you serious?
I'm done. I'm out of here.
Oh.
It's coming at you.
The bat heads him off at the
Don't
path.
lose your footing. Calm down.
That's a bat. He's out at this hour.
Okay, sorry. That just cracks me up every time, man. Like I wasn't sure if he was embellishing it because he was filming, but he was not. He was running away.
Yeah, he was. You can tell in that one. If you know Ken, if you've ever spent time with him, you can tell that moment right there, he was making tracks, boy.
If he could have figured out the way out of there, he would have been gone. But he was like running one way, and there was nothing but just thorns and bushes, and he wouldn't have been able to get through.
Scotty, beam me up.
Yeah.
Ed and I were just dying. We were looking at each other like, is this for real? He's screaming. He's freaking out, man.
Oh, yeah. And check out Sean's other video. Or was it on it? No, it's on your video. You've got it on there, but I think Ed has it on his too. Flying in the garage. Check that one out. That is hilarious.
Let's see if I can. I'll share that, and then I got to go. I won't share it live. I'll just share the link if I can find it.
Yeah, put the link in there.
I have no idea where it is. I know where the down one is. That one was fun because I went around and interviewed everyone, sort of, and that's what gave me the idea of doing that at this one too. I thought that would be pretty cool.
And down where Greg lives, the bats will pick you up and carry you off. Because everything in Australia can kill you.
Of course they can.
Yeah. So take care, gentlemen. Thanks again, Art. Appreciate
All
it.
right, Steve. Good to see you. Good to visit with you.
Have a great rest of your weekend.
Later about as well.
Enjoy your pizza.
Greg, it's good to see you on here. We've actually formally been on the same thing, so it's nice to meet you properly finally.
Likewise.
Thanks for having me, Mel. It's always good to see
You're
you.
welcome.
Have a great night, great weekend, and we'll see you on the next one.
Okay.
Okay.
Later, Sean.
Right, Sean.
Greg.
See you, Sean. I'm going to bail as well. See you guys.
Yep,
All
I'm going to do the same thing, Art, and let you have it. I'll see you later.
Okay, take care, everyone. All righty, everybody is just about gone. And oh, there we go. Pings Chan TV. Well, welcome to the show. We're just wrapping up here. The Four-Eyed Canine. Thanks for coming. Tim Jackson, Michael Wright, Ten Toes, Tim Jackson, Steve Carpenter, and Steve Mack. Hey, folks, thanks for dropping in. It was a blast. I mean, it was a marathon show. Tons of people came over to my channel. I'm happy about that. So take care, everyone. I'm going to probably do some live shows during the day, during the week on my vacation. So if you want, you could stop by and watch the show. So Bill, thank you for coming in. Always a pleasure having you in the chat. One of these days we'll have to bring you on the show. So oh yeah, Mel says go over to Rodney Bell and check out their sunrise streams tomorrow morning. All right, guys, take care. Thanks for joining the marathon show, and have a great weekend, and see you next time. Bye-bye.